switches to switch?
Are we live on YouTube and Sirius or just on Sirius? Can't hear you.
Sirius right now. YouTube's slowly going in right now.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Who's switching?
Here we go. He's switching. Yeah, it's back, but we shut down the stream. We're going back up on another one.
Nice.
I think. I'm not 100% sure.
So not full Halloween.
Not full Halloween. It was.
We're good.
Welcome back.
Here we go.
Hey!
It was a system failure. A little bit of a bug probably went through there and crashed it. Had to reset it. Zito had the composure of a duck walking on water.
That's right. Yeah.
It was amazing seeing the Zito understand the process. We've been here before. Halloween, they tried to shut us down. They tried to infiltrate our fucking studio, the only show we had ever prepped for in the history. Halloween show. They got a bug in there. They shut us down. We were done for.
Yeah.
We were dead in the water.
Yes, we were.
Just like Bjorn Werner when he beat me in ping pong that first time I played him.
Yeah.
We didn't see it coming. Oh my God, what was this? Zito then won through that entire process, learned about everything in the back, and now whenever disaster happens, same exact time somebody else is in the back area. Coincidence, maybe.
Very curious. Perhaps.
Pretty curious. Gonna have to ask about that. Honestly, gonna have to ask about that.
Feet to the fire.
I already did ask about it, by the way. How odd. How peculiar.
Yeah, is that right?
I believe.
Very interesting.
And she's crazy. I'm here. Do you need anything? Then he even speakerphoned to Zito. Zito and he had a nice technical high-level conversation, and Zito reset everything, and we're back. Shout out Zito, baby.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Hey, what other show? What other show could completely collapse in the middle of it? Shut down, not be able to operate, and then bounce back. I'm not sure of it. I mean, I'm assuming there's some out there, and I do have respect for them. But there has been some things that this show has, learned through and gone through. The back of a box truck.
Yes.
125 degrees. Oh. As we're counting down, 2 being live, 5, 4, 3. There is a man that I have never met before that's trying to plug in some audio thing in the back of the truck for Ty. Sprints in front of me as the show's starting. Almost runs into the wall of the box truck and sneaks out as we're live and we're back. Those days hardened us.
Oh, yeah.
Those days brought us to the point that we're at today, where somebody infiltrates a bug, Zito handles it, we throw to a break, we're back. We didn't even miss a minute on Sirius.
No.
We shouldn't have even, we would have had to because the entire back system would have crashed, so there would have been nothing feeding the live stream, I don't think, right? Would there have been?
We could have kept the screen black. I think we could for the future. I think we just go black for 3 minutes.
Well, we don't know it's going to be 3 minutes. I think that was the big surprise by all of us.
The time the Halloween went down, it kept wanting to do an update. So this time it wasn't asking for an update, so that was better. So I just unplugged it, replugged it in, and it re-established a connection by itself, essentially.
It is crazy whenever something pops up on your screen, you can't exit. You can't exit out of the screen that you're in because something is in front of that, but you also can't click on that because you don't want to click on that, and there's something else popping up, and it's just like, this is the, hey, tech.
Can't have it.
Can't do it.
Elon.
All right, you guys, Elon just as a whole?
Yeah, Elon.
Elon, figure it out.
What the hell, dude?
You can't have bugs coming in and say, Elon, buy this company.
Yeah,
Come on.
fix it.
You can't have this thing just collapsing. Anyways, we're back. We're thankful for it. Kyle Van Noy will join us in about 20 minutes. We hope you're watching as well. We can't thank you enough.
Hell yeah.
For getting back in there. Can we put the date bugs up?
Pulling them up.
Can we do stuff from that computer? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the news. Let's do the news.
Here we go.
Now's the time to do the news.
I don't know if we can do that yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it right now.
Okay, all right.
What a perfect debut that would have been.
Oh my God. It would have been nice. That's why I didn't know, if those date bugs are coming out, I assume there's one computer that we can't get to back there. For whatever reason, had to unplug it, plug it back in. We appreciate you, Foxy. The phones are working, so we can get to those, or we can just talk about some things that are happening. Reggie Wayne talking about Matt Ryan, exact quote. It makes me throw up how much he reminds me of Peyton Manning. I'm sick to my stomach. Actually, Reggie says, can't take it. Everything he does, the way he walks, the way he talks. He brought beer in, by the way. Very old school. I don't think that is a new thing to do. It was Stone Cold's beer. Whenever Jim Irsay, Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, from a throne, at his house, whenever he said, hey, this is a Navy SEAL, this is an astronaut, I feel like that is the exact feeling that we got when he walked in here. It's like, oh, this is an NFL quarterback. This is not a shot at anybody else. Please do not take it as such. But there is just some levels of the position of quarterback that some people have more strengths in. Some people have strengths in other areas. Matt Ryan just looks the part. I mean, tailored suit. Everybody's smiling. Incredible golfer. He walks in. He introduces himself to everybody. He's just like the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, which, by the way, he kind of is.
Right.
Which is how it has to be. Doesn't have to be. There's been other ways to go about winning. But in the Indianapolis Colts organization, with the years of Peyton and then Andrew, I think that is potentially what Jim Irsay was looking for. Matt Ryan's the guy, and Reggie Wayne has co-signed that. Like, yeah, I'm coaching now, and I see this guy every day. This is very similar to the leadership, the extra work probably, the command that he probably takes over in practice and in these walkthroughs and in meeting rooms and everything. It's like that's what you're looking for in an NFL quarterback.
And like the other pieces they've added with Gilmore, and then I feel like Ballard has earned the right where you can actually confidently say like, hey, one of these rookies that he just drafted is going to have an impact next year. And you look at Tennessee losing A.J. Brown, like the Colts all of a sudden.
I think the Colts are very happy with their draft.
Yeah.
I think so, if I do recall.
Yeah, a couple of those inside the picks or inside the room showed one of the picks. I think it was their fourth round. I forget who it was. But Ballard was like shocked that he was still on the board and that they got him. And he was like juiced up about it too.
Good evaluator.
Yeah.
Chris Ballard, good evaluator. I think everybody would say that. Go ahead, Tom.
To Connor's point and to everyone's point, adding Matt Ryan, blah, blah, blah. Tennessee was the favorite in the division earlier in the year. And then when they got Matt Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, they were even with the Titans. And now after the draft, Colts are minus 105 and the Titans are plus 145. So right now it's either the Colts division to lose or maybe those pesky Jaguars get their number again.
Well, listen, I know Clowntown was quite a problem for the last 7 years for the Indianapolis Colts. But Vrabel's going to use all that. I mean, they were the number one team in the AFC going into the playoffs last year, and now they're not even favored to win their own division. So, I mean, that's an interesting way that the sports books are looking at it. But there's a reason. The roster is unbelievable. Now, wide receiver's a position, and they brought in Alec Pierce out of Cincinnati, who everybody thinks is going to be good. They need a couple weapons, but Ballard has a lot of faith in the young guys. Michael Strahan, I think was his name. He had like 6-7 weeks of greatness, and then he got hurt, I think, and I don't know if he ever got back. And also, he might have been missed a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it might have been on a 45-second play.
Yeah, exactly.
It might have been a 45-second play where he missed him at some point. Now, he might have made the play as well. But also, in the backfield, not only is Matt Ryan there to put everybody in the right position, which runs are we going to, which side are we going to, let's check to this instead of this. Matt Ryan's been there, done that with everything, literally every single situation, including one of the worst of all time on the highest stage. I mean, he has been there, done that. He's going to put Jonathan Taylor in the best position to succeed as well, I believe. And we got an MVP in the backfield still. Colts, that's probably why. But Ryan Tannehill, he's focused on fucking getting better.
That's right.
He ain't focused on anything else.
No.
Listen, that guy wants to sit next to me? Cool. He wants to see how I take notes? Cool. I had to go to fucking therapy after our last loss.
Yeah.
You think I give a damn about coaching anybody? Ryan Tannehill is going to be very motivated this year. And he is a great player. People want to knock him because of maybe what they thought about him when he was in Miami, when he was kind of like hit or miss because he was just learning the quarterback position. Since getting to Tennessee and replacing Marcus Mariota, he has been a fucking
Dog.
Oh, sorry.
Both apply.
Either one.
Dog has been a thing of the week. I kind of missed that. But he has been a dude. Like, he's been an actual dude whenever it comes to being quarterbacks. Every single one of the stats say it, and they've won a lot of games. They're the number one team in the AFC last year. Had like 80 different players or something like that come through the roster with the injuries. But you get Derrick Henry back healthy, hopefully, and he's running just like he was running a couple years ago. A.J. Brown's gone, which is not great, but they allegedly draft the next A.J. Brown. Maybe.
We'll see.
But I think the Colts roster from top to bottom is much better than a lot of people would give it credit for right now because the Colts didn't make the playoffs last year. Because in the last week, they lost to a team that's fan bases was dressing like clowns because they thought the organization was being run by a bunch of clowns. So then in turn, the team would be a bunch of fucking clowns. And that team beat them mightily.
Yeah.
It wasn't even competitive at halftime.
Fly it.
I was saying, bring me the plane. Everybody's trying to be optimists. They still got to fight. I see reality here. This ship has sailed. It wasn't even competitive, Jim Irsay said. He wasn't wrong at all, but that roster's good.
When you look at the roster, the one weakness or whatever you can say is, or they're just young, is the wide receiver room. And I've seen this in Pittsburgh for the last few years. I feel like you need a vet in that leader or in that locker room, and obviously Reggie coming back to coach is huge. But like, what's Ty up to? Like, I think it would benefit them just to have him lead those like young wide receivers who are talented, just to like, I don't know, show them how to work and stuff.
So Ty credits Reggie, Reggie credits Marv, and I'd assume, I don't know, I have no idea. I don't think everybody's ever heard Marv talk about it unless it was his Hall of Fame speech. He doesn't do a lot of media. I've met Marv. Marv's been nice to me. Nothing's been nice to me. Good guy, great on a football field to me.
Yeah.
Great on the football
Thank you,
field.
Marv.
Very good.
But Ty credits Reggie for teaching him that, and I would assume that maybe the Colts are thinking like, hey, Reggie, the coach now. It'll just be like a veteran wide receiver in the room, leading the room, which is almost more important than having no. I'm sure Reggie will be able to fucking coach and break down strategy and scheme. He was on an offense that checked literally with 3 seconds left on the play clock to a completely different play with what the defense was lined up as. And he played long enough where he wasn't as fast as he once was and was able to be crafty enough to get himself wide open and break records at a different age. Now, it didn't work out in New England, but Reggie Wayne, absolute stud at wide receiver. So I'm not saying that he won't be able to coach well, but I think having a good veteran in the room is more important than anything. And that's not just wide receiver room. I think that's in every single room. A team should have a veteran that's really good. Even at the quarterback position, if you have a young quarterback, like get a veteran backup. Matt Hasselbeck had to come to grips with being a backup quarterback. And he said that was difficult because he was at Seattle, he's a starter. Tennessee, he was a starter. Then he got to the point of his career where they were like, hey, you come back up Andrew Luck. And he said that was a little punch to the sack. You know what I mean? Hey, you're no longer the starter. Your entire job is changing. And as a starter, by the way, everybody is working for you almost. Like, all right, what notes do you need from me? What film do you need from me? What do you need in this particular thing? What do you need today? You're almost working for the starting quarterback. So to take that and become a backup quarterback and adjust to a different role, much different role, much less heralded role, much less paid role, everything. It is something like Hasselbeck helped out Andrew a lot. And he had to play meaningful snaps for us and got us like 4 wins, even on a Thursday night football game when I thought he was fucking dead the day of, because he was the first butthole that experienced the E. coli from Chipotle. I think he was the first documented case, one of the first ones.
Jeez.
Whenever they were just handing out E. coli through their chicken and lettuce. Lettuce.
Beans.
I think it was lettuce or beans or something like that they were doing. Matt Hasselbeck got that. He was in a hospital, I guess, on Tuesday night. Then Wednesday during travel day, got him down to Houston. I guess I didn't see him then. Showing up to the stadium that Thursday night football that he was starting in relief of Andrew Luck, and there was just a carcass on the floor in a hoodie, in sweats, hoodie pulled overhead like Kenny from South Park. And I'm like, what the fuck? What type of amateur? What's going on? Like, I thought it was equipment manager, got there on the first bus. I thought it was equipment manager that got blacked out drunk the night before and was just like in the middle of the floor, in the middle of the locker room. I'm like, this is wild. This is hilarious. So I literally do like a kick test. It's fucking our starting quarterback. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And he's in between IV trips. He was in the hospital, I guess. He called bad. They went out there and fucking beat the Texans. I think at halftime he had to run in and there was a little bit of an attic situation or a basement situation. I don't remember. Goes back out, beats the Texans, like went on a 4-5 game win streak for us, which was huge, like very huge for us. But what he taught Luck, I think being a quarterback, is massive. And that can happen in every single room. Linebacker room. I watched Gary Brackett whenever I was young. Murph was the coach, great guy. I think he was tasked with implementing what the game plan was for the linebackers from the coaches. But Gary, during practice, at practice, was doing a lot of the, hey, you go here, you should do this instead of this, and the individual drills, which I was a part of, basically every single day, which was fantastic. Toughened me up a little bit with the linebackers over there. Dallas Clark with the tight ends, whenever I was young, like watching him just kind of like teach the tight ends exactly what you're doing. That's so vital, especially at the like adult, mature level. So that's why I'm always a big fan of ex-players as coaches. But you're right. I think there needs to be some sort of veteran in the Indianapolis Colts wide receiver room. But unless Reggie's going to be that guy mentally for him, and then Ballard's like, mentally he'll be able to do it. These guys have enough talent. Hopefully he'll be able to just kind of be a win-win.
That's why I kind of think whoever gets Jarvis, obviously Jarvis can still fucking play football, but we've seen him on Hard Knocks and stuff like that. He's an incredible leader in the room. So like whoever gets Jarvis gets all of that.
Yeah, and I have no idea why he has not been linked to Indianapolis at all, unless he just said, hey, I'm not taking any calls from Indy. The weather, what. Great state, Jarvis, come on.
Yeah.
The weather stinks. Weather stinks.
It does.
Potholes bad. Naeem Hines has lost 4 tires.
Not good.
Okay? He literally put out a tweet, 3rd tire blown, 2 days. I don't know how you guys do it around here in Indy. He's back in town for OTAs or whatever. It has now become a 4th tire in 3 days or whatever,
Jeez,
blowing
that's
on these
tough.
potholes. They're moats out here.
Yeah.
People like drive around the potholes. You can't.
They're everywhere.
It's literally just it's like a railroad track cutting through the entire lane, but it's, I don't know, 3 feet wide.
Massive.
And it's not smooth, obviously. It is
No.
like you're getting in there. You're going to war almost. You're tired. It's tough out here. I guess it's everywhere, though. Michigan people were tweeting me, oh, you ain't never seen the roads in Michigan.
Very bad.
It can't be worse than here.
It's not. It is 100 times worse here. I promise.
Okay, so you've been to Michigan.
But it's like so bad. I didn't think in Michigan. I did not think it could get any worse. And then I moved to Indianapolis, and I remember thinking like,
Okay.
oh, it's worse.
So we're from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, a lot of rain,
Yeah.
weather, the whole thing. We thought potholes are bad in Pittsburgh. I think everybody thinks it's bad.
Yeah.
It is nothing compared to
No,
Indianapolis.
terrible.
Right.
And it's downtown, too. It's not just like out in the streets or communities.
Right.
It's like downtown. You're riding on Mars to get through the city. I mean, it is.
Everyone in Michigan says there's only 2 seasons in Michigan. You got winter and you got construction season.
Yeah,
because
that's-
they're fixing all the potholes.
By the way,
mean-
that's what happens.
Yeah.
Construction season's year round.
Man, that's why you always see those super nice cars in the South. It's like, well, they don't have to deal with the weather, the rain, but also you're blowing maybe 2-3 tires, potentially a trip here in Indianapolis.
1,000%.
Yeah.
If you're going anywhere, you got to be on your shit when you're driving around here.
Big time.
They said Indy 500, we're in May or whatever, and this is good city to be in for May because Indianapolis 500's here. Yeah. Those drivers locked in. When you fucking take the streets of Indy, you got to be locked in. Because at any given moment, boom, AAA, you were there. You're on the side of the road. And we're not talking just the tire. We're talking about the wheel.
Oh, yeah. Wheel
The
well. You're done.
You're talking about bending frames, these types of
The
potholes.
big difference too is they're on the highways here.
Yes,
Yeah.
highway
They're
city.
not on the highways.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like, whenever you think downtown, I don't think you think of potholes in places. But also, when you're on highways, you're like, oh, shit.
No,
what
no,
is-
yeah.
Yo, what is that? It'll get you.
Potholes with construction there. So you have like that.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Small.
It's kind of, you almost either have to just eat it or risk running the person next to you off the overpass so you don't, lose a tire.
So that's what we're talking about. So if you want to keep tweeting us that we don't know potholes,
We know.
bring it.
Yeah, come on down.
If you got things worse than downtown and your highways, okay.
They're
All right.
giving donkey tours down to the bottom of some of these potholes. It's absurd.
You could.
It is. There's a little canyon.
I believe those are called Aboros.
El Burro. Good call.
Wow.
Wow. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, look at you guys.
Yeah, here we go. All right, way to go. Hey, that was really good, Tone. You feel good? Feel good Friday?
Every once in a while, the CT will move to the side and let my brain work for a second.
You think it just rattles around and forgets some stories, and then some days it's back in? It almost might keep you
I think it's on, like,
very new to everything.
Yeah, I think it's on like a long, 20 to 30 year journey before it fully takes over the entire brain.
Oh, okay.
And so it just takes paths and lets open doors every once in a while.
Would let everybody know we don't think CT's funny.
No, not at all.
It's very
But
serious.
with that being said, some people do use it as an excuse. Michael Irvin, Tone Diggs.
Bingo.
Tone Diggs is OG CTE excuse.
I'm allowed,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
OG.
Long time.
He's been blaming CTE for a long time. And it's almost like it's such a good, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it's grayed out.
Like there's some excuses that are just real good. Like one's a tug at the heartstring a
Yeah,
little bit,
exactly.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Because his heart's bad too.
That's right. Bum ticker.
You know,
That's actually on the rise.
let's go! Since you put that cowboy hat
I've
on,
been
change your
fucking
life.
dominating caffeine, dude. No problems.
Oh, really?
Oh. 3 times.
That does feel like you just, you tempted fate there. Tested
Yeah,
it
a little bit.
with the whole.
I might
My
even,
heart's a little bitch.
I
now.
might even fucking try to do a Vegas bomb tonight. See what happens.
What?
Tony, don't
Tom?
do that. Don't do that.
Vegas bombs were delicious there.
That was-
Oh, they still are.
They had
Great
such
run.
a good run. They're still going?
Oh, yeah, you do some sugar-free Red Bull now. I think that actually might have been Tony's advice to me at some point, so you don't have that sugar rush, the next
4
morning.
a.m.
Dude, when Vegas bombs made their appearance in everybody's life, just like everything else that tastes good, it gets mocked and ridiculed early. I was never a person that, cared.
Yeah.
If it's going to taste good, I'm going to try
Give me
it.
it.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Send
because
it.
a lot of this stuff does not taste good, and we're all trying to get to the same place. So if it's going to taste good, I'm going to give it a go. Vegas bombs were a delight when they came because Jaeger bombs, I was about done
Oh,
with it.
yeah. Those are.
They did not taste good ever.
Yeah, they're thick. I'm waiting to try the woo woo because you mentioned
go.
that I think earlier this
Woo
week.
Woo had
last
a
week.
great
Get
run.
yourself
Yeah,
a
need
woo-woo.
to get a woo woo.
I think Woo Woo was before Vegas Bomb.
yeah.
Yeah, Woo Woo was
that was
before
a
Vegas
OG
Bomb.
drink.
Vegas Bomb. I think Vegas Bomb actually stole woo-woo's
From
spotlight
woo-woo.
from me, in my life.
I mean, just the name of the drink. I feel like if you nail the name, it's going to have a long life. And woo woo, I think, is probably why it goes back to Shinzu. Probably.
Delivering a potential rest in peace. By
Rest
the
in
way.
Yeah.
peace.
That was a shame when I found out he was dead.
Yeah, crazy.
But there ain't nothing like walking up and going, "Can I get 100 woo-woos?"
Yeah, woo woo. Is that where
Yes, that
Super
is one.
Hummin? Is that his drink of choice as well? Does he do the woo woo?
So the woo-woo, I believe, is from the internet about the tailpipe. Early in the
Bub
morning.
Rub?
Yeah, I think that's
Bob
the
Rub and Lil Sis, the whistles go. Woo.
woo.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I
He
think-
runs a stop sign. And
Yeah, I think that is the original woo-woo. I don't know. Superhuman might have taken it. He also loves the Insane Clown Posse.
he does.
So they might have. This is for the Juggalos and Juggalettes.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. I think that's from the tailpipe thing. I'm not sure, though.
I thought the
Okay.
drink was named Woo Woo because like the sorority girls when they got him were like Woo Woo.
Yeah, so that's what happened. That's every time I ordered it, that was the reaction.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, they do, probably because it tastes so damn good.
Right.
You give me 100 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they would always try to talk me out of, the entire ordering 100 of them or whatever, and then they'd mock me.
be worth
And it was like, everybody's going to enjoy what we're doing here.
Yeah. That
Screen on black. Computer's working. Is that what we just said?
That's me. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Hey, listen, you do
He's
what you got to
battling
do.
back there.
Hey, great work, team.
Hey, good work, boys.
We have some news too, if we need it.
Some news?
We have some of the news.
We do have some of the
We got
news.
Kyle, though, here in like a minute and a half. He walked away. Hey, the ability to get him on.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
let's go. I did not expect that.
From full system failure to, ladies and gentlemen, the newest. I still can't hear you.
He just sat down.
That's
So-
not working, Zoot. No, that thing's still not working.
So
Gotta
he's-
plug that back.
He's
in.
right.
He can't.
Yeah, no, it just means
Zeke can't be
that's
happy about
Zeke's,
that.
that's Zeke's thing in my ear.
His pathway.
He can't be happy
It is
about
not
that.
working. That's
Oh,
that's
oh.
the start of this entire thing when I was telling Nick had him muted. Oh no.
No.
No,
He
he
left.
got back up. So whenever he sits down, I'll let you know here.
Probably be bopping around.
This is normally what happens in my ear, by the way, as I'm talking, and AJ goes, "Well, don't we have?" It's like, yeah, okay. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Los Angeles Chargers, who have had quite an active offseason. He joins a defense that has the likes of now Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Derwin James. Woo! They got Bosa. Absolute studs all over the place. What will they do next year? Can't wait to find out. Joining us now to chit chat about his decision and what he's excited about. Friend of the show, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Van Noy. Hey, yeah, let's go! Let's go! Hey, we're happy for you, man. Congratulations. What was the whole process like? And how'd you, did you know the Chargers were going to be a destination at any point, or did this happen quickly?
It was one of my destinations. I looked at different teams that would actually fit my skill set, a place that I felt like could use my skills. And I actually sought out multiple teams, and, I got some no's and some yeses, and it happened to be the Chargers. It happened quickly, and I'm very excited about it. They were excited. I was excited, and I think it's going to be a match made in heaven.
Hey.
I'm going to do everything I can to bring that championship pedigree to that team.
Hell yeah.
That's something that is within me, and I'm a winner, and that's what I want to bring to the table there. They have really good pieces. They have really good coaches. They have really good staff behind the scenes. I mean, it's an amazing atmosphere there. I'm excited to get to work there.
Hell yes. That sounds awesome, by the way. I'm pumped for you. You said you sought out a couple teams. Did you watch film? Did you check out who needed what? And when you reach out to them, what do you say? Hey, listen, I think we'd be a good fit. And then when the Chargers, what did you see about the Chargers that you thought would be a good fit? And do you just call Tom Telesco and say hey, I think I'd be a good fit out there? Is that how that whole thing works?
No, I think it's more of your agent handling all
Okay.
those things. It's just it's the message that I give to my agent that's speaking on my behalf, of course, because those are his circles that he does. My agent did an amazing job. Shout out Justin Soman, that's my guy.
Hey, shout out,
Yeah.
shout out, Justin. What up?
He did a good job, and I appreciate him, and I appreciate Tom Telesco a lot. It got done quickly, and it was awesome. It was really, really good. I talked to Staley for an hour on the phone. I'm not going to go into detail of everything we talked about because some things were personal, but man, what an impressive guy. And I think, the thing that stood out to me the most about him is he's super genuine. What you guys see on camera, when you see his interviews, I mean, he's been on the show multiple times with you guys. He's been, I believe he's been in your studio, right?
Right here. Yeah. He was literally just
sitting right there.
Yeah. Same exact human. The Connect thing is interesting because both, I think he talked about it whenever we asked him about the COVID struggles, and the protocols. And he said, well, whenever you depend upon your connection with your players as your main thing, whenever there's restraints and restrictions on that, you could see that as a little bit of a bummer. So I forget how he worded it, but it was at that sentence I was like, oh, like he tries to he's invested in everybody, huh? That seems to be his thing. I'm happy to hear that you guys started with an hour-long conversation. Is it just a family feel over there? Is that what you're getting a sense of?
Yeah, they're doing their culture there that they've created, and I'm now in that culture. It's very, very family oriented, and that's awesome. It's awesome to be a part of an organization that puts family at one of the top of their list, right next to football. And it's exciting. It's exciting to have my little family be a part of the Charger gang. And we're very pumped. We're pumped because, as I live out there. So It's nice to be down the street, hop in a car and go to work.
Hey, I think LA has that as an advantage for a lot of guys going forward. The Rams have taken advantage of it. Obviously, everybody knows that in the city. But now it feels like the Chargers making real plays. This is so exciting to watch, I would assume, as every single Chargers fan. We would like to let the Chargers fans know that watch this show. I don't know if there's many of them or not. Hey, this is a fucking guy.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we are so happy for you, man. I was so pumped to hear you were going to the Chargers, too, because they're a team that is very open with us. Like the social media team, asks us if we need anything or want anything. It feels like they get it over there, Kyle. Did you get that feeling as well?
Yes, they do get it. They do whatever it takes to be a championship organization. You can tell that as soon as you walk through the building, everyone, has that. You could just feel the sense of urgency and everybody's hungry to win. And that's how he wants it. Staley, that goes all the way up to the owner. They want to win, and they're doing whatever it takes to win. And they're getting a group of men together that I'm excited for this challenge. Obviously, we got to go through the gauntlet of the AFC West. That starts with the Chiefs. They're the champion of that division, and we got to go and compete against them. The Raiders have gotten better. The Broncos have gotten better. So we got our hands full, but we're going to focus on what we're going to do, and we're going to try to play winning football, offense, defense, and special teams. It's really fun to be a part of a group of men that are so hungry and so eager. It's awesome to be in a building like that.
That's awesome. You can feel it when you're walking through, and then the hour-long convo, and then now it's almost like, let's get to work. Where are you guys at? Is it OTAs right now? No. Is Chargers in the middle of
it?
No,
phase 2. It's phase 2.
Okay, how is it? What is the building like over there? I didn't even think about, because they're not sharing a building with the Rams, right? They have their own facility. Where's the
Yeah, they have their own facility. I think the Rams are up in Thousand Oaks, and we're down in Costa Mesa. So, they're up there, we're down there, separated. It's good. It's a really good facility. It's a really good feel. I'm excited to get to work there, excited to get to know the guys. I mean, my first reach out was, of course, Khalil Mack, being in the same draft class as him, getting to know him, and being able to play with somebody like that who has a chip on his shoulder and wants to win. He's been in Chicago, and we know how it's been there. I'm not going to be disrespectful to Chicago. Aaron Rodgers already does that.
Oh, got him! Chicago, taking it on the chin.
Sorry. Yeah. I love Chicago. Great food.
Great food.
Yeah,
beautiful. The Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's right. The lake.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Khalil Mack, yourself. You guys are old now. You're an old man now. but it feels.
No, we're not. We're not old. We're experienced.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
We're experienced. I don't want. I think a lot of people see you're in the media section and you're getting to a bunch of the haters who are saying like I could be washed up. I'm getting old and slow. But I cannot wait. I cannot wait to play. I'm so excited because I got a big chip on my shoulder, as you know. I'm going to fit right into this group. Everybody's got a chip on their shoulder, but I got a lot to prove still. And everybody thinks I can't play outside of New England for some reason. And I can't wait. I can't wait to prove all the people in my life right that bet on me, like you guys out there. I know you guys are, huge supporters of me, and I cannot wait to prove you guys right.
Man, it's almost like I knew that response would come if I said that,
Uh-huh.
Whenever you said, "Oh, you're in the media world, haters," it's always like listening to you talk right there. I bet you Tom Telesco and Staley heard that same speech, and they were like, "Let's fucking get this guy in the building."
Yeah.
He's a champion, and he's more driven than it seems like. Like it's your first year trying to prove everybody wrong. Like I'm excited to watch you, Kyle. I know somebody's gonna miss you.
I do feel like a rookie, bro. I do feel like it. I'm learning a system. I'm learning all new people. I got to get the trust of my teammates. Like I know all of those things, but I want to win, and I want to do everything I can to get that trust and get the coaches' trust and all that. And I'm a Charger, so I'm ready to go.
You know who's going to miss you? Boston Connor, go ahead.
Yeah, Kyle, from me and I think all Patriots fans, thank you for your service to New England,
Kyle.
and also, good luck in LA with the Chargers. But how did that whole thing kind of end? Because I feel like it took me off guard and a lot of other fans. We didn't think we'd see you with another team. We thought you'd be back for another year. Were you surprised at all, or was that just something you kind of knew? When you signed the team?
I had a feeling just because how people were moving behind the scenes there. But, the one thing I love about that place is the respect that Bill has for me and the respect that I have for Bill. Being communicative about it, being honest and upfront, whether I agree with it or not, I just believe in my ability as a football player, and everywhere I've gone, I've made a defense better, and every time I've left, they've gotten worse. But that's another story, But I do respect him. I do respect the Patriot organization. I love RKK. He's been wonderful to my family. I'll always be a Patriot. There's no denying that. But I'm definitely a Charger, and I hope to be putting a Charger symbol right up to the Patriots because I want to be remembered as both.
How many more years do you think? Have you even thought about that? Or are you just in the middle of still grinding and playing?
That's a good question. I get that asked a lot, and obviously the end is near, but I still got enough juice, man. I got a lot of juice left. I'm still hungry. I get up and I love proving my family right, and I love proving haters wrong. I still like talking trash at practice. It's funny. I'll tell a quick story because I know you have somebody from TVG next. I don't know his name.
Mike,
but,
he doesn't give out any winners. He
sorry.
didn't give any winners. You're
Sorry,
a winner. Mike doesn't give any winners. I'm sorry about it.
But I'll tell you a quick story. So it was in the middle of the season in New England, and you know how the weather gets. It gets a little cold, and I started to sense a little sluggish during 7-on-7, and yeah, you guys know how I get sometimes. I started talking trash to Matt, get a little feathers under the skin, talking trash to Hunter Henry, and then we got back and forth, and I still love that. I love mixing it up with the guys, and I think they'll tell you that they love mixing it up with us, and I know I bring that energy at practice. I want to bring it every day because you know how the grind gets sometimes. Sometimes you just got to
monotonous.
Put the head down and work. But I try to bring that level of intensity each and every day, and I still enjoy the game. I still love it, and it's given me a lot, and I hope to continue to give back as much as I can. And I want to pass down the knowledge I have too.
Yeah, I think that's when this stage of the career really becomes awesome. I think a lot more fulfillment starts coming whenever you see a young guy, as opposed to maybe like competition with a young guy. It almost feels like fulfillment when you see a guy accomplish something. It's cool because your resume is already made. You're going to be great in the media. Obviously, we already know that. Hell of a gamer.
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a gamer, so that's probably why people ask you about the future so much. But like from the sounds of it, your competitive stamina and your competitive juices will not let you quit doing something where you're going to have to keep, daily focus and daily grind on. That's awesome. How's Mac Jones' shit talking? Pretty good, I heard.
It's good. It needs some work. He's got a couple dad jokes in there. I know he's not a dad, but there's the dad joke flavors in there. But he is pretty good. I like how witty he is. Sometimes it catches you off guard. So I love Mac. I actually believe in Mac. I sent him a nice message the other day about I appreciate him and who he is as a person. I really believe in him, and I think he's going to be great. I hope he has this supporting cast to support him. That's for sure, because he needs it.
Yeah, he's going to be a player. It feels like he was like a 60-year-old man. So I think that's why the dad jokes make sense to all of us.
Yeah.
Because none of it made sense with how calm he was in all these situations. It was like this guy is like a 90-year-old. We weren't even talking about him like he was a rookie quarterback towards the end of the year. No. He was being compared with like everybody else. It was like, who's having good rookies? So Justin Fields he's having some glimpses of greatness there. Trevor Lawrence, we saw some plays that looked really good. And then Connor would always be like, well, fucking Mac, though. He's like, oh, yeah, Mac. Sorry about that. I completely forgot about Mac. Ty, go ahead, pal.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of broadcasting, hold on. One thing I will say. Speaking of Mac, I also want people to also think about David Mills for just 1 second.
Yes.
And I know everyone's like, "What,
Dougie?"
I want you to look at his play of his rookie year and his completions and touchdown ratio to Mac Jones. Very similar, and I don't think people have hit on that enough of the progress David Mills has shown down in Texans. That's my broadcasting skills right there.
As you're doing some film studies, this when you were looking at what teams could be good for you? You were like checking out what teams were, and then you saw old Dougie Davis Mills, and you're like, oh, they actually got a guy down here. How did you find out?
I try to watch everybody. I try to, when I hold my Pop Warner team for my son, whenever that is, or whatever city I am and hold a Pop Warner team, I'm writing down all the plays that I see. I'm stealing from the Chiefs. I'm stealing from Josh McDaniels. I'm stealing from TB12. I'm writing all of my offensive coordinator skills down. And so I try to pay attention to everything. I try to see where the trends are going. I just love football. I love staying up on it. I try to shout out guys that go unseen because that's how I feel like my career has been. People that know football know I can play, but there's a lot of people in the media that kind of overshadow players a little bit more than most. So I just want to shout out guys that are flying under the radar that have been really, really successful, and I think he's going to be an up-and-coming one.
Had a baby Davis Mills down there with Lovie Smith. Go ahead, Tom.
Kyle, when you were looking at teams, did you look anywhere that had under 60 degrees for an average temperature, or did you say mostly Nevada, California, Texas, Arizona,
Louisiana? The Saints are making
Louisiana.
plays. It's hot down there.
Yeah, I think a big part of it was looking at 3-4 teams. I feel like with my skill set, I'm wanting to rush more. I feel like in 19, that was probably, you could say that was my most successful season. That was when I was pass rushing the most. I was at the league high of pressures that year. I mean, my percentage rate, I saw a stat the other day that it's 13.3%, and Joey Bosa's at 15%. So, I know I can get after the quarterback, and it's kind of been overshadowed because I do a lot of different things, and it makes me valuable. And I'm excited to be able to get after the quarterback, especially with the D line we have. I mean, Mac and Bosa, what? And then we got Tillery, we got Sebastian, and then Johnson. I mean, woo-wee.
Hey, well, congratulations. Enjoy it. We can't wait to watch it. And we'll talk to you soon, brother. Get back to dad life. I appreciate you taking time to chat here.
Feel good Friday. Feel good.
Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you, ladies and gentlemen. The newest member of the Los Angeles Chargers, multiple-time Super Bowl champion, Kyle Van Noy. All right, we're going to get to like a 3-minute break here. Go to the bathroom. He's the best.
Yeah,
Good guy.
the man.
I appreciate him coming on. He put a tweet out, said, I feel like I am now worthy of coming back on the show. He said he has something to talk about. I've asked him to come on before, and he was like, man, I got nothing really to talk about.
Not yet.
He's like, he watches, I think. Mm-hmm. He clips and stuff, yeah.
Knows the days. Feel Good Friday.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Good guy. he has a job waiting on him in media too. As soon as he's done.
I mean,
sure.
even one of these.
If not from
gaming
anywhere
teams.
else, I mean, we would offer him a job immediately.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Here you go. I was actually thinking, like, is he going to keep going because he's so good at the media thing? Sounds like he's going for a bit.
Yeah.
Sounds like I still like talking shit. I still like fighting. It's like, oh, this guy's still got I need to compete.
He's got the juice.
I need to compete. All right, we're back in 2 minutes. We can't thank you enough for joining us. This is Feel Good Friday, May 6, 2022.
You know, it's just like I'm frustrated with flying cars because I'm obsessed with that. Like, I want a flying car.
Me too.
What I got is my phone instead. It's like, well, the future is on your phone really right now. It's not like literally in front of you. You can't get into a flying car. But, you know, your phone has it all. It's like, I don't want this phone. I'm not going to have this phone 14 hours a day like you young people do. No, thank you. Like, I'm not from that generation. But, you know, give me a flying car. You know? and honestly, when we shut down the Mars missions, you know, we were supposed to be going in 2024, and we shut it down. But a lot of people don't realize is, you know, from here to the moon is 208,000 miles roughly. You know, 200. So you can think about that. Well, in this country, you know, a long road trip could be 4,000 miles, and you know how far it is to Australia. You know, so 200,000 miles. You know, that you think about that, and, you know, that's far. But like Mars, think about this, is 250 million miles. 250 million miles. So, you know, that's a little different thing because, you know, when you go, you know, it takes about anywhere from, you know, 9 to 11 months to get there, depending on the alignment.
Are you going to fucking Mars?
And so,
Jim, are you going to Mars? It sounds like you're.
I wish
Done the
I
research.
was. You know, maybe you'll have. I think you have a chance to do a show from there when you're 80, Pat.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Feel Good Friday, May 6th, 2022. Hour 2 begins now. Yeah. No AJ Hawk.
Yeah,
Of course.
You don't say.
What is this show's deal? It's supposed to be a Feel Good Friday. We have full system failure. We get back in 3 minutes. That surprised all of us. Thought that was going to be a 30, 45-minute thing. Was
Yeah.
going to figure out how we're going to keep the energy going. What are we going to talk about when we come back? Zito fix it in 3 minutes. Oh, my God. Feel Good Friday is back.
There you go.
Rolling. Kyle Van Noy joins us. Great conversation.
Awesome.
He's pumped to be a Charger. Feel Good Friday goes
Hell yeah.
into a 2-minute break. I sprint to go to the bathroom. About a minute 45 piss. Okay, I've been holding that for a while. 2-minute break. You do the math. Sprinting
Yeah.
back in right in time. Feel Good Fridays.
Here we
rolling.
go.
Hour 2 starts. I go, okay, let's get to this. Zito, because no AJ Hawk.
Oh my God! This
Is
fucking
he supposed to be on?
A lot of adversity here on this Feel Good. Yes, he's supposed to be on.
Facebook
I
Club?
FaceTime like 4 times and text him.
Oh no.
He's
this
dead.
guy doing?
Search
Oh,
party
no.
for AJ Hawk. He's finally supposed to design our goddamn gym, and he's gone missing. Of course, file a missing persons report for a man with the biggest jaw in Ohio.
Stuck under a bench or something?
He said, you're only 2 bad decisions away from your life changing completely.
Yeah.
He did say that.
He did say that.
Is he doing?
Didn't he say yesterday, like on the show regarding NIL, like he got a deal from Uncle Wexy, but what the part of it was like with the $3 million he got, anytime Uncle Wexy called, he had to report to him immediately. So maybe that happened.
Oh, it's you owe me a favor.
Oh no!
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's a you owe me down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll do this thing for you right now that might feel really good at the time, but you're going to do something terrible for me down the road.
And I will come calling.
And when I do, You're answering.
Every time.
Could you imagine that?
I am right now with AJ.
Look, Zito's on his own phone now. Zito is on his own. Zito's hitting the phones. Do we need a search party for this guy?
What's going on here?
Where's Axel?
Yeah, we call Axel.
Well, what if Axel's holding his dad hostage up there?
Should I call Bobby?
Poop in a bag.
I don't know if Bobby Carpenter knows. Where the fuck is AJ?
Bobby's teaching class.
Maybe Lady Hawk. We get Lady Hawk on the phone.
I mean, we talked to him. Today he answered a FaceTime, too. He was just fine and dandy this morning. He was wearing a row back working out.
Wow.
I saw him on a little trampoline. He was doing his little dancing thingy.
Oh, no.
He was getting ready.
Oh, no.
I mean, what's this guy doing?
Did he fall down the stairs?
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I mean,
Suffered his first concussion, maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
possible.
Maybe he's having tech issues too. Someone's trying to take us all down.
He always has tech
Well, his
issues.
phone would work, wouldn't it?
You'd think.
Oh,
Where are you? What's going on? You all right?
I'm ready. It's not ringing on my computer.
You're alive, though. Good. Jeez.
Thank God.
Good.
Tell Z it's not ringing on my computer.
All right, he
Call
heard
us.
you. You're on the microphone.
call us.
Okay, yeah, I'll be there in no time. My internet's
Call us.
Great connection.
Call us.
Yeah.
This guy.
Good Lord.
He's all right, though.
Was he at the bookcase?
Yeah, he was at the bookcase.
God.
Okay.
He does
Earphones in.
He never is more mad than when stuff like this happens.
Yeah. If the show looks bad or sounds bad, he just
Freaks out.
I'm tired. He'll send me other people's clips that potentially have terrible audio or terrible video, and then sends it to me and says, "Could you imagine putting something like that out?" And I tell him all the time, like, "Hey, people have not been complimentary of our audio at times.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it sound like we're being too hypocritical here. And do you hear the shit we talk about? Like, we're putting out maybe more offensive stuff than bad audio or video stuff, just when it comes to terms of quality out there." He's like, "Yeah, but at least it looks good.
I mean, a lot of screenshots of AJ, like with his eyes closed, frozen, and stuff like that. You know, he's no stranger to this.
So Zito, what's going on? He's not calling you now?
He said he's rebooting his computer.
This guy.
I mean, come on.
Don't say.
This guy.
Well.
I thought he fell down the stairs. I
Every
was worried.
day, same time. Same time. Normally it's earlier on Fridays.
He's been working out for 8 hours a day. Maybe he could come in and check that stuff before the show.
Yeah, this morning I caught him in the coming back home from dropping the kids off at school. Need to finish my workout from earlier.
Good God.
He was re-warming up.
That means he had a hell of a morning.
What's going on?
What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean,
It's 1:07. What time does 1 o'clock meeting start?
Hey, I've been here waiting, man. Hold on. I'm trying to get my computer. Stop calling me on here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is my fault. Officer.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
Unbelievable. Let's go to the phones.
Some people.
AJ's not here, but Tyler in Pennsylvania is. What's going on, Tyler?
Not too much. What's up in your world, Pat?
Well, AJ Hawk is dodging work today. I don't know what
per
this is all
usual.
about. We thought he was dead. We were worried. We almost had a moment of silence for this guy. Turns out he's just hanging
I was
out.
trying to give him props for teaching me about poop under my fingernails. My 7-year-old fucking loves it.
He's got poop
in his fingernails, poop in his fingernails.
Yeah, that's a
Poop,
7-year-old
poop,
song. That is for 7-year-olds, Tyler. That's why when AJ decided that was his first thought about music, that's why it was a little bit alarming. But there's a lot of, signs of red flags of things with AJ Hawk. Today, he's just trying to skip work. Tyler, what do you want to talk about, Tyler?
Hey, you know what, man? I was curious if anybody like Trayvon Walker or like Aiden Hutchinson coming up in the NFL, if they knew they were the shit, do you think they would try to downplay how good they are so they could avoid a shitty team like the Jags and the fucking Detroit Lions?
Tyler, great question. Michael Irvin said he did that, actually.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin said that he was telling the Green Bay Packers that if they draft him, he's going to go back to school. So don't waste a draft pick, even though it was a higher draft pick than ultimately Dallas was, because he didn't want to go to the cold-ass town.
Yep.
Not that he wanted to go to a bad place. He said, I'm not going to Wisconsin. That was not happening. So I believe it probably has happened in the past. Nowadays, I don't think anybody's going to try to sabotage themselves to move down to the draft, because the amount of millions that separate between each pick nowadays is vast. Joining us live from an attic in Ohio. Is this our rain?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's hard.
It's pouring.
I thought that was Tyler in his car, and I thought he was potentially driving in like a tin can Jeep Wrangler. I thought he was in a Jeep. I honestly was like,
No, just our roof.
that's our tin can.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Classic R10 con.
Joining us now, by the way, it was not our fault that we could not connect with this guy. Obviously, he could hear the rain.
Yeah.
We've had issues in the past
What are
with
you
our
gonna do?
system earlier.
Right.
It was definitely this guy's fault. Live in Ohio, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, AJ Hawk. What's up, Chuck?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, of course it was my fault. I was sitting here and I was wondering why you weren't calling because my phone is on silent because I'm a professional here and I don't want to interrupt the program. So I was sitting here thinking you guys were late, and then I checked, realized everyone thought I was dead, so I had to go and fix the problem.
What was the problem? You had a software update bug thing like we did?
I've been shutting that software update thing down for months and months, thousands of dollars worth. So,
Okay. Hey, well, we appreciate you joining us. We did think you were dead. Did you hear how worried we actually were? Genuinely were? We sent out a search party at one point.
I just saw the text. I think Phil texted me, said, "Are you all right?" And Zito and I think you, everyone. I'm like, geez, what happened? How long have I been not on there?
Well, normally you'd show up on time for work.
That's right.
We're 5 minutes out calling Bobby.
It's on me.
That's not a Hawk thing. You know what I mean? That's not a
You're
Hawk.
right. That's on me. I apologize to the Hawk family name and my parents and brothers.
About time.
As you
there,
should.
There you go.
With all the rain, I pictured.
Which, by the way, with how you reacted there, with us bringing up what you just did, like, that's why we were so worried. There's no way AJ would want to disappoint his entire name and his family.
No, of course not.
And his kids. He wouldn't want to have this be something that his kids see. Oh, dad shows up 7 minutes late to work.
Right.
Oh, anybody could do that. AJ, I knew that was going to be the case. That's why we were so worried about you, pal.
It's good to know. Thank you guys for caring and assuming I was dead. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad I'm here.
Joining us now. Go ahead, Tom. What are you saying?
No.
Joining us now is a man who is right on time.
Always.
Always on time. Especially whenever it comes time to talk ponies. This weekend, the biggest race in the land is happening in horse racing. The Kentucky Derby.
Hell yeah.
Live from Louisville, Churchill Dons. Shout out to Jack Harlow, who just released his newest album. 3 bangers on there.
Oh, okay.
3 bangers on there.
How many songs?
Neil, 10.
Do a lipa.
Shut up.
The one where he
Nailtech.
samples the old school stuff.
Drake has a good verse in there.
Yeah.
He's got a little Wayne on his song, but it's not a love
a go-getter.
song.
I got a shot.
Carter
I
3.
like that one.
I Got Shot's a good one. Harleasy in there, not bad.
Glamorous song.
Anyways, that's happening this weekend in Jack Harlow's hometown, the Kentucky Derby. Joining us from the Kentucky Derby, a man who has been covering horses for his entire life, knows everything about them, has yet to give us a winner, but maybe that changes today.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, TVG Mike. Yeah! Oh my God, you look so cool right now, dude.
Well, it's Oaks Day, so I had to wear the pink for the ladies. It's like the Derby for the fillies, right? So the 3-year-old fillies are going post. So it's kind of like a theme, you know. You gotta wear the pink.
Okay, Philly, female horse.
Yeah, filly, female horse. Got it.
Today,
You're an expert. What am I here for?
Well, listen, that is, I want to let you know, some people have brought up your record on this particular show, TVG Mike. I have always combated that, and I said, hey, but when he starts talking ponies, that guy knows the lingo, he knows the stories. Maybe we just listen to all the background on all the ponies and make our own decisions as opposed to maybe TVG Mike. This year, is there a flat-out winner? Everybody knows who's going to win the big race in the Derby, or do you think there's going to be quite a battle here?
It's the deepest Derby we've seen in years. I mean, this feels top to bottom.
Jeez.
Don't say it.
It is. Look, if you want to just go right to the hoop of the horse, there's a horse named Epicenter who won the Louisiana Derby and set a track record of doing it. And after that race, everyone thought he was going to be a layup to be the favorite and probably a shorter price than he's going to be. And that was basically everyone's top-notch horse. And then the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes happens a couple weeks later, and a horse named Zandon for Chad Brown goes weaving in and out of horses, comes from way off the pace, wins spectacularly. And then all the buzz at Louisville was Zandon. When they do entries, they make Zandon the morning line favorite at 3-1, and they put Epicenter at 7-2. So those are the 2 horses that are, going to be most highly regarded. But it's such a crazy group of horses. There's a horse out here in California named Teba who's just a stone cold freak. But the way he won, he wasn't supposed to do it. He won a race called the Santa Anita Derby in just his second career start, which is absolutely unheard of. No one had ever seen it before. So nobody knows if he can do that again because he wasn't supposed to do what he did in the first place. But if you want to talk about just raw talent and ability, I mean, this horse is like off the charts talented, but there's no seasoning, there's no foundation. So nobody knows what the hell he's going to do. They put him at 10-1 on the morning line. He could get bet down to 3-1. He could go off to 12-1. Anybody who's been following the sport their whole life like me has no idea what to do with him. His name's Teba. He's freakishly good. and he's a monster price. So that he's the one that nobody really knows what to do with.
Okay, so whenever you start thinking about trying to pick a winner, and you just said the Taba had no seasoning, none of that, does that all come from training? Follow-up, good transition. This guy's a host. Bob Baffert, not allowed to be there, but some guy that's never coached a horse before is running Bob Baffert's horses. Is that kind of an ipso facto? Should we automatically assume that those horses are probably going to win because that white-haired man knows how to get the ponies ready for Churchill Downs?
So it's funny you say it. So Taba, the horse I just mentioned, another horse named Messier, like Mark Messier, actually named after the hockey player, both coming out of the same race. They were both trained by Bob Baffert. So he fought the whole suspension in court for months and months and months. And then finally they ruled on it about February that the Medina Spirit was DQ'd from last year's Derby. And then he had to start serving a suspension about a month ago. So he dispersed his horses to other trainers. But Tim Yakteen is now the trainer of record. He's training the horses. Tim Yakteen's been training horses for 30 years as well. He used to work for Bob Baffert. He was his assistant. Tim Yakteen's won Breeders' Cup races. He's an excellent horseman. So, look, does it make a difference? I think it does make a small difference, but it's not like they gave the reins to me or some Yahoo that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. He's a hell of a horseman. And look, loaded gun is dangerous in anyone's hand. What that horse did in the San Diego Derby, what both those horses did in the San Diego Derby, was just sensational. So Messier and Taba, those are the two Baffert horses that got sent to other barns to qualify for the Derby, and now they're running. But both of them are definitely live. I mean, they can definitely win.
The barn matters. The barn matters.
It does. Mike, how many horses in this race? How many horses are scheduled to run in the Derby?
So they cap the field at 20. And 20 is a ridiculously large field for a horse race anyway. Most races in any other walk of life are going to be capped at 14 horses in the U.S. But for the Derby, since it's the Derby, they go 20. So, and there's like a whole racing series where you get points awarded on victories in bigger races in order to make the starting gate. And so every year you start with, 20,000 horses are born in a certain year. By the time they get to 3-year-olds, only 20 of them make the Derby. So it's an arduous process to whittle that down. Most years you can throw out half the field. You can say 10 of these horses.
That's what I wanted to say. How many legit have a 0% chance of winning?
Most years you can say half the field doesn't have a chance, and you can figure it out. This year, I don't know that you can say that. I mean, there's horses. So a horse that I'm going to bet, he's my top pick. But
here we go. This is it, Mike. This is on record.
All right. His name is Cyberknife. He's 20-1 on the morning line. He won the Arkansas. Yeah, he won the Arkansas Derby, which is a $1.25 million prep race, which should be one of the biggest prep races. But the immediate reaction, and I was there, I was in Arkansas when I covered it, my immediate reaction was I didn't see the Derby winner today. But then when the Thorograph sheets came out, the Beyer speed figures came out, and all the different numeric quantifications that us racing dorks use, he actually stood pretty high in the saddle compared to some of the other competition. So his pattern, he should run his best race. The other thing about Cyberknife is he's been a really tough horse for Brad Cox to train. Brad Cox, champion trainer. He actually won the Derby 4 months ago because his horse was second when the Baffert horse got DQ'd. So he's actually won a Derby before technically. Great trainer. He had a really hard time with this horse because he was immature. He was really goofy. He wouldn't do what he was supposed to do. They couldn't figure out how to get him to put it all together. And in the Arkansas Derby, he finally did. He finally pulled it all together. So with him kind of improving at the right time, he's 20-1. People are fading the horses in the Arkansas Derby. They say, I don't think they're going to be that good. But I actually think at 20-1, he's got a great chance.
You're talking about these horses like they're trained like they're big dogs. Is that what happens? Like, is that the extent? Do the horses hard to like breaking a horse? What's that? A wild horse that happens that comes in, gets broken, and then how does this? Yeah. When they're training them. What do you mean by not being able to put it all together? Like, well, he gets his front legs going, but he just can't get his back legs, or he doesn't want to buy in. Like, what do you mean in that whole process?
Yeah, basically that's it. I mean, basically what it is you got to train these horses to, one, figure out, how to run. They all know how to run. It's natural, but they have to figure out how to run with the jockey in the saddle. They have to figure out how to run with, run turning left. It's all these things that it looks really easy. But they also don't know where the finish line is, right? You got to teach them that. They also don't know they're supposed to be in front of horses. You got to teach them that. They don't know you get them when they're a yearling turning 2. It's a whole process of trying to get them to learn the game. And some of them just pick it up like that. Some of them are super smart. Some of them are like, they just take a longer time. They what we call green. Like they're just green behind they just don't know what they're doing. They're goofy. They're going in and out. There's another horse that's like
I think they're outlaws.
Charger.
I think those horses are outlaws. I don't think they're immature. I think those horses are like, stop telling me what to do.
Well, a lot of them are. And a lot of the great horses have these super like tough personalities that they're really I don't know how to like make a human equivalent, but they're just stubborn and they're going to do what they want to do. They're smart and they figure it out, but you're going to do it on their terms. They're live animals. They're not machines.
I like these horses.
Every horse is different. It's more art than science. So, and that's the beauty about the Kentucky Derby. The reason this is the most famous race is because everything about it is new to these horses. It's the first time they're ever going to go this distance, right? 1.25 miles is like the classic distance for a racehorse. And all these horses are developing. These are 3-year-olds, so they're not polished professional athletes. They're more like college level athletes, right? Who are still developing and figuring their game out. And this race just had so much prestige. It just became this animal unto itself. But all of these horses, they've never gone the distance. They've never been in a field this big. Most of them have never been in front of a crowd like this. There's 150,000 people at the racetrack. So all of these things are new. So the mental acuity, some people don't like a horse that's green or is immature, not figuring it out. But sometimes those horses put it all together. And when they do, the talent is there. So with a horse like Cyberknife, he finally put it together and he's got the talent. So people are going to fade him because they don't really like that race. They don't like what he was doing before and how difficult he was. But I kind of see it as he's coming together. You've got one of the best trainers in the world that finally figured this horse out. He's coming into the Derby. Last year, he had 2 horses in the Derby. They both ran their career best races in the Derby. They finished 2nd and 3rd. It was Essential Quality and then Mandaloon, who ended up winning by virtue of the disqualification on Medina Spirit. So you have a trainer that knows how to get these horses to peak at the very right time, which is the Derby. And so that's really what I'm playing on now.
Badass kid, Cyberknife. Give me that. I like the outlaw, and normally the outlaw, when the lights come on, out of sheer not having to explain themselves for not doing well, probably going to perform their best.
Hell yeah.
And that's something you just said there that I just learned the other day. As somebody that's gambled on the Derby, I feel like every single year of my life almost at this point since becoming an adult, I didn't know. I'm not deep enough into horse things, and I'll get attacked and roasted for this probably because this is common knowledge. And if you listen to the entire fucking broadcast, you probably hear it, and I don't do that. I had no idea that this was like college, like you just said. Bruce said they're at their peak when they're like, what was it, 4 to 6 or something like that? I had no idea. I assumed the Kentucky Derby Super Bowl, hey, this is where the best horses in their prime are. That's not the case at all, right?
No, actually, the Super Bowl comparison or the NBA Finals or the World Series, that's Breeders' Cup, right? That's what happens in November, last time I was on. And by the way, you want to fade me for not giving you a winner. Don't you have one of Max Player's owners in there? Ask him what went wrong.
Bro, he didn't even know Max Player was racing today. So, I mean, listen, this horse community is something. I'll tell you. Everybody's something in that horse community. It is a, he didn't even know. He gave us an entire diatribe. By the way, you guys mentioning similar ponies. I don't know if I don't know if you're dabbling in the same barn or not, but the same ponies being mentioned. And then he found out like 5 minutes before post or something. He's like, oh, shit, my horse is wrong.
Oh, here we go.
It's like, oh, how'd you not? He was so focused on the big race thing.
Yeah.
What was that, race 13?
Well, the Oaks today is race 11 and the Derby tomorrow is race 12.
So neither of them are 13.
Right around it, though.
Yeah, got it. Are these?
No, you're all over it, though, Pat.
Is this like bottom of the card? So say it's like WrestleMania, or say it's like a boxing event where there's a main event marquee, and then the card, is filled. Is that what all these races are? Like these horses weren't good enough to get into the Derby, or is it different ages, different brackets? What is it?
It's all of that. Yeah, you're totally right. So it's 2 of the biggest days of racing of the year, and racing has different divisions, right? It's just like wrestling or boxing or anything like that. You have different weight classes. Well, you have different age classes. You'll have different surfaces. Horses run on turf. Horses run on dirt. We have what's called sprint races. Those are 1-turn races that are less than a mile. You have distance races, which are over a mile, and so horses become specialists in all of that. Now, the races today and tomorrow, you do have some of the undercard races that are lower level horses, but every race after that, after like race 5 or 6 today, is going to be what we call a stakes race, and that's going to be the highest caliber of horses at that race. So you're going to have a lot of horses that are looking to have campaigns. I mean, you'll see horses today that are campaigns, might take them to the end of the year and get, end of the year honors, take them to the Breeders' Cup, win Eclipse Awards, so on and so forth. So, I mean, really, if you're a degenerate like me, it's like Christmas. You just sit there with your form and just gamble away your kid's life savings, and then break it to your daughter she's going to state school.
Well, especially with the way you pick winners, if it's anything on this show or whatever. But the TVG app in the TVG channel is awesome these next couple of days around horsing. Go ahead, Tom.
Mike, the Oaks today, 5:50, I believe, is the post time. I'm looking at Echo Zulu. Joel Rosario's on the Philly today. Who do you like in the Oaks today?
My best one of my best bets of the day is Secret Oath, because she's a monster. I was spent a lot of time in Arkansas this summer. They also sent me to Dubai and Florida and Lexington. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't asking to be in Hot Springs for 6 months. But
whoa, the live TVG on the road.
Oh yeah. So
Nice.
Secret Oath of Philly. You'll see something special from her today. I really believe it. She's trained by Dwayne Lucas, who at 86 years old is still the coolest guy at the racetrack. He set all kinds of records in his heyday of training. He's won like 3 derbies, 14 Triple Crown races total. He set the earnings record year after year after year. They call him the coach. He's the greatest guy ever. He had this filly. She was just absolutely crushing. She was so good. They ran her in the Arkansas Derby. Now the horse I like is the horse that in the Kentucky Derby is the horse that won the Arkansas Derby. She was third in there. You could make the case she was best that day. If you go out and watch that race, it was nuts. She had a little bit of trouble out of the gate. She didn't settle in, and then the ride for Luis Contreras. I don't want to throw too much shade at this jockey, but it was a very indecisive ride. Kept her way too wide.
Saw Don
She was a little-
Jeez.
Yeah, she was a little too far back, and then he made this move that there was no way she could sustain. He made a move on her. She passed almost the entire field like they were standing still around the turn, but she launched it so far back she would have had to sustain it for probably more than a half a mile, probably 5/8 of a mile, which is
It's not the
impossible.
style. That's not how she
Can't do
runs.
And she still managed to hang on for third. She's so game, and now they're like, okay, we're going to look at the Oaks. I don't know how they put her at 6-1 in the morning line. There's a couple of horses in there. That Nest is going to go favored. Kathleen O is going to get some money. I think Echo Zulu. Here's my caution.
Is that
on
a
Echo
call
Zulu.
sign? That's a call sign.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Papa
Something like that.
Alpha Tango is my name. Do you know yours?
No. Majestic Johnson.
Wow, hey, feel good about it. Feel good about it. That's why this guy's been around the world. Aye. All right, anyway, sorry about that. I interrupted you.
No, anyway, so but the
Echo
point
Zulu.
being that, so Echo Zulu, my caution with her is that there's two things. One, Steve Asmussen's her trainer. I have seen him use stakes races to get horses ready for a big race. So she might just be coming up to a big one. She was okay in Louisiana. I think they were expecting more because she was such a hot shot as a 2-year-old, but that was her 3-year-old debut. If I'm judging that last race, I don't know that she's gotten any better from her 2-year-old year. And what happens is a lot of precocious 2-year-olds, they're just precocious and they get better than everyone else sooner, and then the rest of the field catches up. So I think that's the case. The problem is Steve Asmussen, he's one of the greatest trainers of all time. He's won over 10,000 races. He doesn't get his horses cranked up to win off a layoff 100%, and he'll use a stakes race to get them to 100% fitness. So she could be coming into the Kentucky Oaks peaking, but she's going to get bet, and I'm going to bet against her because of that. So I'm actually fading a little bit against Echo Zulu, but I think she's Secret Oath. I think she's the next level filly. I think we're going to see her romp in the Oaks, and then they're going to be tempted to run her against boys again, maybe in the Preakness or something down the line. I think she's that good.
We're talking to a man named Mike wearing pink for the Phillies down at Churchill's. Dahn. He works for Tango Victor Golf, which is a horse network. And
Drop another button, Mike. You look good.
Yeah, you do. You do look good. Let the chest fly a little bit. Is anybody
let it
wearing?
breathe.
What are you guys drinking down there?
Yeah, there it is.
You got glasses?
Good taco meat.
We're drinking bourbon because it's the law.
Right.
In Kentucky. I know it's the official drink of the Kentucky Derby. I don't recommend the mint julep.
They're terrible.
Really
Yeah,
don't.
we all agree about it. We all agree. We all agree.
That's terrible. By the way, I'm supposed to do stuff for marketing, otherwise they're going to fire me. If you sign up for a new TVG account, because this is the time to do it, they're giving you a $200 risk-free bet. Go to tvg.com. It was on the website, or download the TVG app. But the best thing is the money back special, because for someone like me who tends to go broke in the first 5 races, then I'm crying when my picks win in race number 9, 10, 11. They're running the money back special, which means if your horse finishes second or third, you bet a horse to win. They finish second or third, you get money back. You get refund of that bet up to $10. So that's actually good because they're running that. They're running that the rest of the races at Churchill today through the Oaks, and then tomorrow they're running it 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and then 12, which is the Kentucky Derby. So check that out. So now marketing can't fire me. HR doesn't have a complaint, even though I'm swearing on live television. It's not my network, so who fucking cares?
Hey, baby.
Hell yeah.
Bingo.
Hey, baby, Mike, I feel like you just hit a home run. They might give you a goddamn raise for that.
Yeah.
The swearing a little bit uncouth.
Emmy.
A little too much.
A little uncouth with the swearing there at the end. Chest hair looks fantastic. Is it raining down there?
It's pouring. There's like hippies running around like Woodstock in the mud. It's disgusting.
Love that.
Having a great time. I know it's not your thing. Are they racing
That's why I'm indoors.
Are they racing right now still through all this? Will they stop?
Oh, yeah. No, a day like today, the rain doesn't really stop horse racing because there's no reason for it to, because the only thing they'll do on a rainy day is they might take races that were scheduled on the turf and put them on the dirt. But not when they're running for this kind of money. They've got some of the best turf races in the country over the next couple of weeks, running today and tomorrow. So they're going to keep them on the turf course. They take it off the turf because it chews it up. When it's wet, the horses will take up big chunks of it, and then the turf course isn't as good a shape. But you have a good turf course for days like today and tomorrow. So they're racing. Everything's good. There might be a couple of scratches, but nothing serious to worry about at this point. It'll be pouring today. Tomorrow, it's like a 50% chance, but in Louisville, it rains every day, so who knows?
Go ahead, Ty.
Mike, tomorrow in 1 through 11, are there any just like absolute layups that we have to make a little coin, or is it kind of the same thing as the Derby where everything seems like it might be wide open?
No, it's one of the toughest days of racing on the year. I'm trying to think of an absolute. Here's the thing. The way you're going to play it is if there is an absolute layup, you want to try to beat them on a day like that because you leave with every dollar on the racetrack.
Every dollar on the track.
Every dollar.
You hear me? You leave every single one. It's like when a dealer's showing a bus card. When a dealer's showing a bus card at blackjack, you put every single dollar you have on the table. I don't care. If you got two kings, you split those fucking things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bus card on the table. Let's get every dollar we can get right now. What are we doing? That's what you're saying whenever there's a favorite like that, yeah.
Right. So like today and tomorrow you try to beat the favorite. Here I will say this, not on the undercard tomorrow, but they do a daily double from the Oaks to the Derby. So that Oaks Derby double, look, you could use anyone on number one of those horses I said in the Derby, but I would key in on Secret Oath in the Oaks and then play her to whoever you like in the Derby, like a Cyberknife or something, because she's going to be a decent price. Yeah, it's like a parlay, but it's its own separate pool. And what you can do is you can try to get – this is the way doubles work, is that if you beat two favorites in a double, it's always going to overpay what the parlay does, right? It's always going to overpay what the parlay does. So what you want to do, and especially that pool is going to be astronomically huge. There's going to be millions of dollars in it. So what you want to do, if you can beat Nest, if you can beat Kathleen O in the Oaks, which I think you can, you just zero in on Secret Oath. Then in the Derby, you try to get some coverage. Maybe, hey, look, if you want to, sure thing, and you want to use a Zandon or an Epicenter, that's fine because you're going to get the 6-1 on Secret Oath. But if you can pair up Secret Oath to a Cyberknife or Secret Oath to a Taba or Secret Oath to a Charge It, we're going to be big prices. That double's going to pay huge. So that's the way I would look at it, is try and get, if you want my single and all of this stuff, the horse that I'm going to zero in on is Secret Oath in the Oaks.
Yeah, Secret Oath. We love Secret Oath. This is just like whenever somebody came on the show and suggested to the Hammered Dahn boys that you pick a golfer that you think is going to do okay in the tournament, and then whatever heavy favorite, and parlay those two together. And then once the heavy favorite hits, they'll give you a cash out option that would be worth more than if you were just to hit the heavy favorite by itself. Just the golfer needs to not die.
Yeah.
Just needs to kind of like make the cut. If the golfer makes the cut, the cash out will be pretty good. That's what you're saying. Let's play the game a little bit here. Hey, let's play the game a little bit.
Absolutely.
Let's dance around.
Absolutely.
Secret Oath, by the way, if Secret Oath doesn't win, it's going to be a tough next appearance for you, David. You know what I mean? Secret Oath, you've been on this thing heavy since the beginning of this conversation. Like, hey, only horse I like, Secret Oath. Right there, if you want to tag this thing, Secret Oath. I like Secret Oath. Secret Oath, pretty good. Secret Oath. That's what you did. I just want to let you know. That horse better win.
Yeah.
If Secret Oath loses, my next appearance will be in a 2-2.
Boom.
I don't know if that's good. Is that we win? No. We don't want to see you in a 2-2. No.
Everyone loses with that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because it is a team around here. Last question. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Mike, I like the horse Taba, but as we all know, it's only, the horse's third career start, and no horse has won the Kentucky Derby on their third career start since 1883. Do you think I should just place it to show, or should I go all the way and take her to win?
Show bet? Do any of the men in your family gamble?
He's dead! He's dead! He is dead! Oh, my God. All right. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Can't wait to see you
thanks,
ladies
guys.
tomorrow. You're the best. Have a good one, TVG Mike. All right, thank you. I mean, what a walk-off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a lock.
Good hit. Good hit.
Man, he fucking murdered you.
Yeah, all because I just wanted to get in that little tidbit. Bruce told us yesterday about 1883.
Oh, trying to get your shit in.
Yeah.
Trying to get it in.
What are you going to do?
Hey, you sounded amazing asking that question, though.
I just figured because we know our shit with horses. And
I do not. That's why whenever you said that, I did not expect that answer. I had no idea that was happening. That came out of nowhere. And because when you were asking your question, I'm like,
holy
it's a
shit.
fucking sound question
Yeah.
being asked right here by Connor. And I'm like, oh, definitely consulted with Bruce here.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever the case, hitting a home run. And then I didn't know you were literally standing in the paint. I had no idea.
Always am, but I didn't know fucking TVG Mike had hops like that. My God, off the backboard like Giannis.
John Morant said, I'll go up on aim, buddy. That was actually his quote on an Instagram post. And TVG Mike lives by the same goddamn code.
Yeah, he does.
AJ, do we learn anything other than Secret Oath? Better get a big time win today.
Secret Oath, Cyber Knife, and I would love to see what TVG Mike says to people that leave a birdie putt short. I would imagine he has some comments for you.
All right. Yeah, you're right. Same crowd there. All right, let's get to a break. We are 35 minutes in to hour 2 of this Feel Good Friday that started with a catastrophe. The most recent event was just a kill shot.
Yeah, murder.
What happened? Did the show go off the air? What happened?
Yeah, everything crashed.
Good job, Zeke, getting everything back.
Yeah, Zeke learned from Halloween.
Boy, Zeke,
Remember
baby
Halloween?
Zeke.
We had a thing.
Learn from your failures.
Yeah, had a baby Zeke.
Was
Zeke's
it the weather?
calloused for that moment.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's the weather. What do you think happened? No, that's just like a bug, right?
I mean, there's floods everywhere around here.
Can't wait to fly.
Rain's fine.
Yeah, rain normally means that it's no wind at all.
Yeah, don't have to worry about
None.
it. Yeah.
Especially going in northeast up there. It is always choppy going in.
Yeah,
I land the paleness of my face every time we land is something. And I'm like, all right, thanks. Thanks for keeping me alive. Tip. Let me get out of here.
I think it's supposed to be absolutely pouring up there today too. They canceled the Yankees game tonight at like noon.
This should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
This would be great. All right, we're back in 4 minutes. Let's enjoy it.
Hey, here we go.
Friday.
Here we go.
Sunshine in here, although you could hear the rain. AJ's here. The boys are here. We'll answer some phone calls on the other side. 1-833-4 McAfee. We'll also do the news. We'll do the news.
Yeah.
Some things
Have you guys watched the clip of Jerry's crash?
Yes. Jerry Jones?
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about it later. I just don't know. Whose fault is that?
I don't think it was Jerry's, personally. Now, I didn't get...
They're definitely turned left in front of him, but I'm wondering where... It's hard to see, how or why.
So, whenever we watch... Here, do we have the video? Can we run the video?
I don't have it.
Why don't we tease it for after the break?
All right, yeah, we'll look at a car crash on the other side. This show normally that for people. We'll actually look at an actual car crash on the other side of this break, and we'll answer some phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line, 1-833-4 McAfee. We'll see you then. Yesterday was, a day that I've been waiting for my entire life, preparing for my entire life, dreaming of my entire life.
Ain't on the game, we are not playing the same. No, we not looking to change.
Obviously, we had the Daily Show for 3 hours, about 15 minutes here. You send Josh Allen to the Colts?
I would trade myself before I trade Josh Allen.
Immediately following doing this show, I went to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and filmed an episode of Peyton's Places with Peyton Manning and Jeff Saturday. Best one yet. Hey, I memorized some lines.
Oh,
really? I was up in the crow's nest where you wave the green flag and then the checkered flag. The ladder to get up to that thing was literally this thick. And then you're standing on top of the track. I'm just hanging out there for a couple hours. I guess that episode's coming out in the fall. Got to see Jeff Saturday again. Love chatting with Jeff. Got to see Peyton again. Love chatting with Peyton. It was amazing. I was very thankful to be a part of that. And then immediately after that wrapped, hopped on a plane, flew to beautiful Chicago, Illinois.
Can't stop now, I'ma grind till I'm boast. I thank God how he held me down the most. Can't stop now, gotta grind till I'm boast. Gotta thank God how he held me down the most. Got the whole team on my back. I
I can't thank the people of Chicago enough for the love they gave me whenever I walked out into the arena last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that we have a special guest commentator for this match, Pat McAfee!
Alright, you gotta be kidding me. Who okayed this? Wait a second, Paul. What you saying? Austin Theory can multitask? Let's see how he can multitask with Pat McAfee. Come on, Pat.
It's an honor to be here watching Finn Balor do his thing. Hold on.
You already got yourself in trouble. Look at this clown. We're both going to be panhandling on the side of Golden Mile Highway if McAfee doesn't get his crap together.
He's not putting hands on Austin Theory. Let's make that absolutely clear. I'm not one to get smacked in the mouth and take it like a little bitch. Okay, Austin's been trying me too much. I had to protect myself. And at WrestleMania, the world, including your ass, Corey, is going to see something beautiful.
Oh, you hear that, Corey? Where does he go? Come on, McAfee is scouting.
Security! Security! That's Mr. McMahon's protege. Get him, Theory! And Finn Balor taking advantage with a beautiful dropkick. Pat McAfee celebrate. Yes!
This is great.
Let's go! Kick his ass, Steve! Kick his ass!
Don't let this son of a bitch get away.
Keep it together, McAfee. Think about Zeno. Think about Moraldo. What the hell are those guys going to do without you?
Yeah, they don't ever want me to look like a punk either, but you're right. It's a dream job.
You ready to show off?
That's not even on this show.
Look at that, Corey. Austin Theory ready to put this one away, but the distraction just enough for the cradle. Shoulders down.
United States champion. United States champion.
Oh, there goes the momentum of Austin Theory. Another team looking for momentum heading into WrestleMania. The Street Profits with a serious edge. WrestleMania, I'm preparing day and night, 2-a-days, 3-a-days, eating healthy, getting back into the best shape of my life so I can beat the hell out of Austin Theory. And tonight,
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. We just ran a video on the YouTube of me predicting exactly what I was going to do at WrestleMania.
No big deal.
How about it, AJ? You ever think about that? Huh? That's kind of a little...
How about it? Yeah. Name change came from that match. It's a pretty impressive program you ran.
Yeah, well, you're right. A man lost his first name in that battle. But
Yes, he did.
What a run. How's he doing? He's a champion still, that guy?
What? Still?
Yeah, I beat the United States champion, so ipso
Really?
facto, I'm your champion, America. That's
Uh-huh.
right. It's great to be that. Can't wait to get to Long Island tonight.
Hell yeah.
There was a tease before we went to break about a video that was released via Pro Football Talk in my world, but it wasn't Pro Football Talk. It was TMZ that had captured and found this. A video from some other dash cam capturing the moment that Jerry Jones gets into the car accident that happened, I think, on Tuesday night, that led to not only Jerry Jones trending, but where the accident took place. And a lot of people worried about, oh, Jerry's an older man at this point.
Yeah.
This accident, they said he went to the hospital. There was no real lingering injuries. There could have been. Hey, we saw the video. We're going to run it.
What about the other person, though? He T-boned somebody.
Yeah, it was crazy. So let's run this video and then let's look into it. This is basically from TMZ, shout out. They'll be going from right to left on the screen. That person seems to be stopping and turning
Is
left.
this a cop cam?
I don't know if it's a cop cam or like
Are these
Uber.
sirens going? What's
I think
the
it's
light?
I think it's an Uber, and then Jerry obviously takes out the person that was going to turn left. It appears though, maybe late decision to turn left.
They came from the right lane, it looks like.
So what I saw from the video, the guy was like a DoorDash guy, and he noticed that like the place he was dropping the food off, he took a late turn.
Oh,
you see him get out of the car.
The person who got hit, you said?
Yeah, so the person gets out of the car. You see him with a bunch of food in his hand.
Is he okay?
Did he still deliver it?
I think he delivered it. As you see right here, he backs out.
Give this guy a raise.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the guy right there?
No, right here. He's on the passenger side right here, and then he pulls out the bags.
That's the driver?
Probably the dude waiting at the lobby right there.
That's the driver right there?
That's what I thought. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, he has the food. That's what I thought it was him.
That guy certainly looks like he was in an accident.
Fucking getting the job done. Give a tip. Are you okay? Fuck. He's got T-Bone, this guy coming up.
Jerry's like,
when did they realize it was Jerry Jones?
Bro. Probably immediately.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, right away.
Immediately in Dallas. Holy fuck. And then the DoorDash guy's like, Jerry Jones. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
oh, my neck.
Yeah. I mean, let's go from the beginning here. Let's go all the way from the beginning. This is probably from a cop cam. This is from an Uber.
Yeah, he's going from the hard right lane trying to go all the way left.
I think so, yeah, and he stops late, too. Is that from the very beginning of the video?
I think so. I can go back.
Because I think I saw a video where he went full speed as well.
Yeah, like he's stops in the middle of this intersection.
Yeah. So it's that guy's fault.
Well, we don't know. I mean, from this angle, we can't.
And then he doesn't speed up to take the turn either.
Yeah, and Jerry doesn't slow down at all either, though, is what people would say. But it's not his job. That's his lane. If he's in it.
He's really just lucky he didn't kill the guy because you hit him driver's side door like that. Like,
golly.
That could have been a lot worse.
Jerry's driving a car that doesn't have forward collision warning. Stopping. Come on, what are we doing?
Hey, my car did that the other day. I was not as close as it thought I was.
It happened.
It was startling for me. It was like
I hate those things.
It was at a red light.
It's the absolute worst.
I was slowing down.
Continue to beep and stuff.
Yeah. What's the deal?
It'll scare you for no reason.
Why is it doing that?
Especially snow or ice, it locks off the brakes when you definitely should not be locking up the brakes. And then
I just asked, why is it doing that? And it's doing it because of what just happened.
Because that.
Literally the video that's why it's doing it. Jesus, Jerry, that's hell of a whiplash, I assume.
Yeah.
He was going pretty fast. Happy to hear everybody's okay from what we have been told publicly. Let's do some news, shall we, AJ Hawk? This is a good time to debut this segment. Let's do the news. We always have news that is averagely important. Should we talk about it? Should we spotlight it? It's probably bullshit, so should we really dive into it? Because in 2 months from now, we could get the old, hey, you remember what you guys were saying on May 6th when we were all riding the wave of whatever information is being released at the time, especially when we go day to day. We're very lucky to cover the stories day to day, but goddamn, they change. Let's do this. Let's do some news.
Hell yeah.
Baker Mayfield, Josina Anderson is reporting that she spoke to a source from a team that expressed interest in Baker Mayfield, had talks, but they cooled. Not wanting to pay asking price, feeling he has to be cut. Their follow-up comment tonight, no one's trying to do the Browns any favors in this situation. Hashtag, this is ridiculous. Obviously, Josina Anderson, longtime insider, has sources all around the league. The Baker Mayfield situation is so fascinating because this kind of opens up a can of worms for us to look back at the relationship between Baker and the Browns as a whole. ESPN is now reporting that there's even more conversation about Baker and Stefanski as Mayfield was losing confidence in himself. He had also begun losing faith in Stefanski.
Whoa.
Wow.
This is via ESPN. According to multiple sources, even though the two had thrived the year before during Cleveland's unexpected playoff run where they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs, that feeling escalated the next week. On January 3rd, during a Monday Night Football game in Pittsburgh, in what proved likely to be his final start for the Browns, Mayfield was sacked 9 times. Jesus. Afterward, he called out Stefanski's game plan. When you've got NFL Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt over there, and we're not giving our rookie tackle, James Hudson, a whole lot of help, it's not going to be good for us, said Mayfield, who at one point had thrown 10 consecutive incompletions in the 26-14 loss. As Mayfield labored through a listless performance, the Browns kept him in the final offensive play, which was an interception, obviously. According to multiple sources, those close to Mayfield, who to that point had missed one game because of his shoulder injury, wondered at the time if the Browns were trying to make Mayfield look as hapless as possible in prime time to potentially pave the way for the franchise to more easily explain why it might be moving on from him in the offseason when he was owed either an extension or something of that nature. The Browns, though, through a spokesperson, declined to comment on those suspicions. After that Pittsburgh loss, Mayfield told reporters that he would be consulting with his family and agent, not the team, about whether he would play in the season finale against Cincinnati. So the writing's been on the wall, I guess, publicly for us all to see for a long time. And I don't want to, toot my own horn or anything like that, but we went back to the days after that game, and this was this show's take on the situation of Stefanski, the Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers and that game. What if Stefanski is so bitter and petty? He's like, oh, is that right? You're the guy, huh? All right, here we go. Going against a guy trying to get Defense Player of the Year and break a sack record. We'll throw this thing 75 times, Baker. Let's put this on your shoulders, pal. You're smarter than me. What if that is what Stefanski's doing? They got a lot of problems if that's the case. And that's, by the way, I don't want to say it. Dig says it all the time. If that is what's going on, you got to think same old brownies. Now, I don't want to say it seemed obvious whenever it came out that they talked about the brace that he was wearing on his left arm. The play caller, the head coach, said that the brace that was on Baker Mayfield's left arm probably affecting his accuracy, probably affecting his performance, and then literally the next game having him throw the ball 50 times, even after it was very obvious that he was not going to be completing a lot of passes that particular evening. Nope. I started thinking that this seems like a bad relationship. Now we're hearing it is. Obviously, I want to be traded. We don't care. I want to be traded. We don't care. $18.5 million pay tag to whoever trades for him. What a situation, AJ, that has really been bubbling for a long time at this point. And sorry for the entire explanation there, AJ.
No, it was great to see that clip too. And I guess we should have. Did we not make a big enough deal about this when in real time? I mean, you basically nailed it with that take when we showed the clip. Like this, we should have known. Like, yeah, this relationship sounds terrible. Like Baker doesn't mention the team with who he's going to talk about if you play in the season finale. That usually is only the team that you talk to when it comes to that.
Yeah, family you'll talk to, I guess, depending upon your injury. But you would assume that the team or the coach or the GM or somebody would be a part of the conversation. The fact that he obviously left them out of the list is something we should have picked up on.
And he called the coach out, too, for saying we're not giving my left tackle or tackle any help against TJ Watt. Like, you're calling him out publicly. Yeah, you should have an issue with that. But that's what you do behind the cameras.
Yeah, we're not even chipping, okay? Basically is basic math says this ain't going to work. So I feel like that's potentially why I automatically thought maybe Stefanski and the Baker Mayfield relationship isn't great. But we didn't hammer it home enough. Didn't
we think he was going to get it one more year and he better start out hot and he better play well or he's going to be out of there? That's what I feel like we thought.
We all thought he was going to have a prove-it year, another one. And, because there's a lot of chatter about the football gods. You finally get a quarterback that wins for you, turns the program around, wins a playoff game against the Steelers. That jersey, long jersey with all those names on it. The football gods, you would assume, would be like, you have to at least keep this quarterback. But maybe if you just go and air him out the last 5 games of the season when he can't play, you get your fans to be like, all right, we get it. Okay, all right, we will. We understand if you move on from this quarterback that brought us our first happiness. We weren't even able to drink beers for like 9-10 weeks of the season just a couple years ago. Now we're talking about maybe making a Super Bowl in the offseason. Free agents have come here because of him. It's a really interesting PR move.
Well, and I can vividly remember during the game us actually wondering where is Nick Chubb? So it wasn't just why are they throwing the ball? There are times when Nick Chubb wasn't on the field, and then he would come in and bust a 20-yard run, and then they sit him back down, and the whole entire thing didn't make sense. Not just throwing the ball 75 times with a guy who clearly has something inhibiting his ability to do that, but they're not playing their best players or giving them the ball.
Well, at the time, too, I feel like a big part of it was what is the alternative? The 49ers were, they went to the NFC Championship. They were going on a run. Jimmy G was looking good. And also, none of the Deshaun stuff had been settled. So we weren't even thinking that it would be a possibility that they would get a guy like that. It was just assumed oh, yeah, he's not playing well. He doesn't look good. But, next year he's going to have a prove-it year. And if he doesn't play good then we'll address all this stuff.
Then there was other comments, I guess, that were made at the time that I guess we didn't see. After the entire Odell Beckham Sr. Video release in Cleveland, after Beckham's father ripped Mayfield publicly and speculation grew about Beckham being on his way out, multiple players lobbied for Cleveland to keep OBJ on the team. I feel like a majority of this locker room would love to have him in the building. Safety John Johnson III said at the time, flat out. So was that them at the time saying hey, we are on Odell's side? As one source put it, the way Beckham exited Cleveland poisoned the well for Mayfield with some of his teammates. Shortly after Browns coach Kevin Stefanski announced Beckham wouldn't be coming back, another starter was asked if he'd seen the video that Beckham Sr. had posted of Mayfield misfiring on throws to his son, and the person responded, "Why would I watch the video?" the player asked rhetorically. According to a source familiar with the remark, "I see it every day in practice." What the fuck? Did we not see any of this? This is terrible. This is like Urban Meyer getting laughed out of the goddamn room. I mean, if it's, that's your quarterback. This is your guy. That is not normally something that happens. In the Odell Beckham Sr. video, that is fascinating that looking back, we didn't hear any of the teammates come out and be like, hey, OBS is out of pocket for doing whatever. That did not happen at all now that we look back on it. What a scene. How'd that happen over there?
Well, I want to know. It's going to be interesting as we're going to learn more and more as time goes, and people that are on that team or front office start to tell us what's been going on behind the scenes. But they still have an $18 million dead cap hit, right? If they cut him,
18 and a half, I think.
Yep.
They're going to end up. They're going to have to cut him because it's true. Like, why would a team do them any favors? They paid $240 million guaranteed, ruined all the contracts going forward for other people. As far as how the owners will look at it, players great. But yeah, you're gonna have to cut them. I feel like.
Is that what Josina meant in that? Like, hey, nobody's doing the Browns any favor.
I feel like, and they know they're gonna have to cut them, right? Like, you're not gonna.
You paid somebody $230 million guaranteed. Remember, you did that. You're the first person to do that. You're the first team to do that. Now you. Oh, sorry. No. Sorry about it.
Nope.
Oh, that's a shame.
How did Chris Ballard get the Commanders? Didn't they pick up like $30 million of Carson's deal?
Unbelievable.
Well. Listen, there's videos going around of Carson Wentz playing great football. And by the way, every time I talk about him, I talk about those moments of great football.
Yeah. You know what they don't show someone's player's great moments is Baker Mayfield right now. The last 6 months, if they're talking about Baker on TV, all they do is show pics and him just getting killed.
And none of this is good either because you automatically have to think, well, was it Baker or was it the Browns? It seems like, they got like...
Yeah.
Well, Odell having so much success as soon as he leaves doesn't help him either. And there's that other clip, too, of Baker walking basically from one end of the sideline to the other on the bench and not one player even looking at him or, giving him like a, hey, you'll figure it out.
What the fuck happened?
If you remember, Hugh, when Hugh hired or drafted him, he said he went to Baker's pro day. He saw Baker walk in and like do this little noise, or whatever he does, and everyone responded. How the players responded to him, he's like, I knew that was our guy. Like, he has the moxie, he has the it factor. And now it seems like whatever happened in Cleveland, that thing is gone.
Man, winning cures all. Once you stop doing that, and if you're potentially the reason, there's a chance people can change. But I did not know it was like that. And who knows what's real and what isn't, by the way, right?
Yeah.
We have to remember that.
Never know.
We don't know what's real and what isn't. That's why it's tough to do the news.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of times we get caught, with shit in our mouths.
Back to back. Contradicting each other.
Or,
I don't know if that's how I would term that.
Or you go back and, boom, 100% right about the whole situation before everybody else. That's what this show can bring. We're back
Either
in
way,
6.
it doesn't matter, though.
That was a hit.
I think we got it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys.
What'd you say, AJ?
I said either way, it doesn't matter. Whether you're right or wrong. Like, okay, let's go back and let's sit here and flex on having like a perfect take. All right, then we move on.
Yeah, it felt pretty good to get that one right, though. Just like the Gonzo situation the other day. I felt real good about that as well. Because that was something that was said on our show that I remember vividly, and then it's like kind of happening. And I'm like, oh, no. Gonzo reached out to me, by the way.
Really?
Oh, how's he doing?
I don't know.
What's he up to?
I don't know. Fuck.
Run another startup, probably a billionaire already.
Probably.
Fucking in the batting cages, dude.
Yeah, hopefully. Working on his...
Gonzo is a freak athlete.
Don't doubt it.
We saw it.
I just texted him, Gonzo!
But you guys
he said,
asking about...
He said, someone sent me over your NIL segment from today. I'm still around through end of year and working with people. Call if you want any information or something like that.
Oh. There we go.
So maybe he's a consultant now? Is that what
he's been putting out? I've been reading his tweets. Like, it sounds like he's somewhat involved. Yeah.
Let's go, Gonzo.
Here we go.
Yeah. Is he going to win people back over?
Well,
I don't think he's trying to run for
I
office.
wouldn't go that far.
What was that sound? That was a sound like, no.
I think once you cross that man in that land, you ain't coming back.
Nope. Never.
Love you, Gonzo.
Good luck, Gonzo.
That man in that land, you don't stand any chance.
No, you don't.
But it's not just that man in that land. It's also the people that oppose that man in that land.
Yeah, I think they'll come around eventually.
I don't think so. I don't think so. What a life. Gonzo was like, I'm going to go try to save the world. I'm going to go try to make the place a better place. I'm going to go try to take everything I've learned from my athletic background and educational background and with people and success in business and my parents, I think, being immigrants and like understanding that whole thing. I'm going to try to make the world a better place. And then a couple years later, it's all.
Yeah. Look at this asshole trying to enact positive change. Get him the fuck out of here. See ya.
What a wild time. What were you going to say, Tone? I'm sorry about it.
Oh, I was going to say, as you know, I joke about it all the time. But I mean, you guys shouldn't be surprised that this is happening in the Browns organization.
Okay, all right.
I mean, would you be surprised if it was happening in the Lions organization?
Yeah, I actually agree with Tony. I just think some franchises are bad and will be bad.
They beat the Steelers in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Well, and like, for me as a Lions fan, if we beat our rival in the playoffs, got our first playoff win, I would have gave Baker Mayfield $500.
No, you guys fired Jim Caldwell.
That's
Actually.
exactly what I mean.
All right, let's get to a
Football
break.
gods.
Let's get to a break. We'll be back in a few minutes with hour 3 with some phone calls. We'll do some more news.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna learn more about Secret Oath.
Hell yeah.
Not like the Illuminati Secret Oath. I'm
No.
talking Secret Oath.
Yeah.
The Philly. It's right there.
Yeah.
Race 11.
I don't think Bruce likes that pick.
I'll tell you what, we got a horse guy that didn't know his horse was running, but he did say a lot of similar shit that the guy who's traveling to Dubai and all these other places covered horses said.
His horse goes off in a couple minutes, I think.
All right, good luck.
Good luck. Go get him, player.
We're back in 3. See you then.
So look at this! Body slam! Body slamming Sami Zayn! Wee-Man used to kick himself in the face! Are you kidding me? Now he's body slamming Sami Zayn!
During the halftime of a Colts game this year, you have to kick a 35-yard field goal and then complete a 35-yard touchdown pass to Reggie Wayne in the end zone.
He's coaching.
And if you complete this duo event, we have $1 million for Kick the Stigma charity, $1 million for IU Cancer, and $1 million for the charity of your choice. But no failings out there, young men. The crowd will be there. The pressure will be there. You miss. You know, they'll be talking Vanderjagt. You missed that. We're going to do this if you accept.
Yes, I accept. What are we even saying? Yes, I would be honored to do that. I appreciate that. $3 million on the line. I mean, that's a big time.
I know.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 3 on this Feel Good Friday, May 6, 2022. The Sports Stooge Show shall begin now.
Yeah!
This hour is going to be our best hour, AJ. You hear me?
Always, yeah. Can't wait.
Jeez.
That was so sarcastic.
So ungenuine.
That was
Fuck
absolutely
you,
not.
dude.
You need to honestly stop. Don't worry about my delivery. I'm very excited about hour 3.
Well, the problem was you were 7 minutes late to work today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay? That was less than an hour ago.
You're right. Correct. Technically, you are right.
22 minutes late, really. You should be 15 minutes early.
Are we on Coughlin time or not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
That's 5 minutes early, not 15.
Well, Rich Rodriguez, by the way, was at least 10 needed to be beforehand. Every meeting, every single one of them. Never. I understand that teaches people to be early, but I feel like if you're not going to be somebody that's going to be early, you're not going to be somebody that's going to be early. Like for me, hey, if you want me there, okay, 1 o'clock, let's not do the whole 12:35, 12:40, where were you type thing. You know what I mean? Like let's set that at 12:30, 12:40 then. Like, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and do that thing. Rich Rodriguez, though, he changed that was quite a wake-up call there. You have to show up at a 9 a.m. meeting at like 8:45.
So it starts at 8:45 then?
Yeah, but no, it doesn't. You're just sitting there. Like there's a little bit of tension. And then it's just like when the glass breaks for Stone Cold. Rich comes walking in at like 9 minutes before the meeting was supposed to start, or 8 minutes before the meeting was supposed to start. So you're literally just sitting there like, what could this be about? Like, what's this? Like the emergency one after a party that happened at a similar location of where I lived, and people got arrested. That meeting, everybody's just sitting in there, scared to death, dead quiet. Oh my God. We know what this is about, and we don't know when he's going to turn the corner. Like he's going to turn the corner at some point, and then bang, he came in with fucking. He was not happy about that one on a podium, you know, that whole thing. Yeah. So some coaches are like that. Was Big Mike like that or no?
He wasn't like the you have to be here 5 minutes early thing, but he absolutely, like, you're not walking in late. Like if you're going to walk in late, just don't come at all. That's for sure.
Yeah, 1,000%. I was never late for any meetings ever. Normally,
I was always scared to death of being late.
Me too, absolutely. And I think that's what Rich Rod actually put in me, I guess. So
was Peyton like that?
I should say thanks to him. Man, I appreciate you, man. I think Peyton did so much all the time. Like I think he was just like I'm pretty sure he was a robot of a human.
Yeah.
I think when it came to the football, he was a robot of a human. I think he took notes like every meeting. Like even when he was all the way at the end, team meeting, basic meeting, dumbass. I can kind of take in everything. Oh, saying it's pretty similar thing message as last week. Okay, pretty similar message. Peyton's still taking notes though. Like he was a very diligent like teammate all the way through. I assume in Denver he did the same thing, even though they were running his offense at the time. So just an absolute stud of a person. But yeah, never be late ever. Could you imagine? Vince, what did Vince say? Vince McMahon said, the worst is when people come in late and they say, sorry, my car broke down. Nobody gives a fuck that your car broke down. Sit down. You've already made a scene of this thing or whatever. It's like, that's a very real situation.
It's so true.
That doesn't happen though. Like there aren't guys who are just showing up to meetings constantly late, right? Like if you have a guy like that, he's going to be gone. It's not like those guys are sticking around really.
Depends who you are though, man.
Yeah, it happened a couple times a year for us, I think.
Some coaches let it slide. I talked to buddies around the league. Like, yeah, some people are a lot more lax than others.
Normally, it's only one mistake, though. You got to remember how many guys are coming onto our roster.
Yeah, true.
You know, the turnover of guys that are like special teams guys. For instance, special teams meeting, normally the first meeting of the day. Is that how you guys had it? Special teams, 7:30?
Yep.
Yeah, special teams is normally the first meeting of the day. Special teams also bottom 3/4 of the roster or whatever. So it'd be a guy that maybe was just signed last week or 2 weeks ago that is a good player, happy he's there, but he just sleeps in, and it's like, oh, automatically he gets targeted then. He automatically gets targeted by everybody. It's like, all right, this guy, we don't know. Hey, he did show up late. Like, it's a big thing, too, when you walk into those big rooms. And everybody hears you. You know, there is no quiet entry into a film room if you're already late in there. It is something. But no, I don't think it's happening as often. Like, it's not out of control.
Right. It can't happen because if you let it happen, it will continue to happen, and that's when little things become big things.
Yeah. Take care of the little things. The big things will take care of themselves. An entire culture will be fired if that happened on a regular basis.
Yeah, New England. You remember the guy who rushed for 4 touchdowns against the Colts? I think it was Jonas Gray or something. And then he was late to the Monday or Tuesday meeting, and then he never played again. He got cut, and that was it. And he had his best game, probably. I think it was like his first game, too, for the Patriots.
Hey, here's another thing. Bill Belichick, I guarantee they are starting behind the line, okay, on sprints.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going all the way to, and you fucking better, and you're finishing all the way through. What are we even doing? There would be some guys that would come to the first condition. By the way, Mike Barwis at West Virginia, like we were all the way behind the line. Don't you even think about fucking moving. You were touching the line, and we are seeing you touch the line, and you were coming all the way back. Like it was see
that?
Is that Mike?
Read it? Yeah, Barwis.
I fucking love that dude.
How bad?
Him and his wife, great people. They helped me a lot, immensely, as a human in college. Now, I do believe he would tell you that maybe the most impressive drunk lifter he's ever seen. Some of those lifts were very, very early in the
I
morning.
doubt you smelled it all. I doubt no one could tell.
Yeah, no one could tell at all. But I was moving. I was moving some weight. So, and I was going as hard as I could.
But you finished though, because I've watched guys come in blasted, go through the run. The one I'm thinking of was a big offensive lineman just killing people, talking to every coach, every player in the facility, and then all of a sudden was like dead on the sideline.
No, I would. If I was scared to death of Barwis. I'm 100% going to finish. And also, by the way, if you don't, everybody's going to call you an alcoholic. They're going to say this guy can't handle his business. You don't want that to be labeled upon you either. So it's like those are the days you actually have to go like harder. You have to be more impressive.
Got to be more mentally tough. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like that flu game or whatever. If that was a hungover game potentially, I'm not labeling anything. But if you played bad and you're hungover, people would be like, "Oh, he got drunk the night before. He couldn't handle." You got to go. You got to go those days, or you will get labeled forever. But our sprints were all the way through the line, all the way through. Some guys would show up at our fucking like a conditioning period at OTAs or whatever. Rookies that would show up, and these dudes are like not touching the line on the sprint. And I was like mind blown a couple of times. You got a lot of confidence.
That freaked me out. Yeah, because starting when I was like 5 years old, like that does not happen. Like everywhere, no matter where you went, you're touching the line. It's not even a question actually whether you're close to not touching the line or not.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be the guy that's like, hey, make sure you touch the goddamn line. But I am the guy that's like, whoa, you are very confident in yourself. They will fucking run you.
Was that the slam poet? Was that the same guy? Perhaps.
No. I didn't see. So specialists would always run like at the end, almost near like the big guys. So I watched like the big guys, offensive line, defensive line, or whatever. And there'd be some guys I'm like, what the fuck are you even thinking about doing? You are not good enough at football to be doing what you were doing there. But it was like, I guess some places it doesn't matter because you're still getting the work in, but it's that attention to detail.
MCDC talked about that one guy who reeked like booze all the time coming in, but
still in the league, by the way. And he just
loves football, man.
I love ball.
We can find a place for that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't love that he's doing it, get him an IV, but
God damn, he loves football though.
he's still playing, by the way. So start doing the math on the roster, who's all left. You guys could probably figure it out. Let's do some more news, shall we, as we wrap up this beautiful Feel Good Friday, Hour 3. The Seahawks, Pete Carroll, on a potential extension for DK Metcalf, which has been lingering, by the way. DK Metcalf said last week it was all smiles. DK Metcalf also had an electrifying appearance on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, where it has now ended up with Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf probably racing for $50,000 to charity, which is good for all parties. We appreciate that. But DK Metcalf and the extension with the Seattle Seahawks has been something that's been chatted about, especially as Torrey Dahn, who is DK Metcalf's agent, is representing these other wide receivers that are up to be paid and have been traded instead. So is that going to happen to DK? Pete Carroll says, we want him to be here. He wants to be here. We'll figure it out. It'll just take us some time, but we'll get it done. What does that mean, AJ Hawk? They're in the process of working on what the value is because the other contracts have basically been set, and the agent that set the market is the one that's representing DK, so they know exactly what to ask for basically at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, my first question, though, would be how bad does DK want to be here? With Russell Wilson gone and the quarterback position not really solidified, are you sure he wants to sign a 5-year extension with the Seahawks?
Just a couple of days ago, we had the tweet ready. He said it was all smiles or something like, it's all smiles over here. He basically alluded to liking being a Seattle Seahawk. Now, business-wise, probably not happy.
So pay him $25 a year and he'll stay.
23 a year. I mean, there's some other contracts that have kind of gone out, and I believe Spotrac put a tweet out.
20 plus a year and he'll stay then, probably.
I think so, yeah. 22 was the number right for A.J. Brown. He said if Tennessee would have offered him 22, he would have stayed. Instead, it was 16 with a potential 20. 22, it capped out. He ended up getting 25 from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, DK said it's not if, it's when it gets done. And when Russell got traded, he said, like, okay, it's my time now. This is my time to step up and be, like, the guy, the leader in Seattle. So,
DK wants to be the one catching the fish.
Yeah, exactly.
With Russ and Wagner gone, he said he was very excited to be a leader of the team.
Let's go, DK. Let's go. I didn't listen to that full Club Shay Shay. Did anybody see it? I saw the clip of them challenging it.
You think their teams want them racing?
Hey, listen. It ain't. Who cares?
The teams hate charity?
Yeah.
If you pop your hammy, you got to go into the facility and act like you did it there.
Yeah, you have to at least make it through the first rep of whatever the drill is, because then you could at least maybe get a little bit of insurance and also have it covered by the team. Not that they wouldn't if you're going to be a leader of the squad anyways. But Tyreek Hill said, put up $50K, man. Put up $50K. Money goes to any charity you want if you win. I DM'd you and you was scared. I got receipts. Tyreek Hill has gotten into it with Usain Bolt, by the way, in the past about who's faster. Usain Bolt has said, like, he still got it. Tyreek Hill said, come get it then. Tyreek Hill was in the race at the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas just a few months ago. Did not give his best effort, did not try. Micah Parsons actually won that thing. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
With a big-ass chain on. I mean, it was awesome to watch. But the racing that used to be a part of the Pro Bowl back in the day, who's the fastest, that was must-watch television. And the guys in the NFL, if we're going to get into racing, it happens in workouts, AJ. You've seen them.
Every team all over the country, it happens.
Every day, almost. Somebody tries somebody, and then it's, okay, got to do this. We have field.
Yeah.
We have time. Let's go ahead and do this. The only worry is the hammy pop, because when you're wide open, it is a lot of pressure on every single muscle in your body. But you'd assume these guys are high-level athletes at this point. They're sprinters. They can take care of it. Injuries do happen. I'd love to watch that type of shit. Those workouts were awesome. The amount of shit-talking, side bets, things that are going on when guys are about to race, incredible. Somebody new to a team just so happened to say something about speed or something. Oh, you got other people gassing it up. Hey, you hear what he said? You hear what, and then boom, it becomes a full thing. It is awesome. I hope it starts happening. Now, guys would hate it though because it would be public losses, and nobody wants public losses. That is a big deal, I don't think.
I guess, but hey, go back to when Ocho Cinco was in that boxing match. Remember, he talked about like he's not scared to get in there. He just wants to try new things and have fun. He wasn't scared of getting knocked out and wasn't scared of what the consequences potentially would be. And yeah, he didn't win, but I thought he looked pretty good. And who cares? He's still going on with his life.
So that's what you think guys should think about if they're going to go get into a sprint?
Yeah, why? As Bobby Carpenter says, why not go out on a limb? Isn't that where the fruit is?
Oh, Bobby.
I'm quoting that tonight.
Thank you.
I'm using that on SmackDown tonight.
Yes. From Jim Tressel's winner's manual, but Bobby has been saying that since 2002.
As General Bob Carpenter. Hold on. Why not go out on a limb? That's where the fruit is.
Isn't that where the fruit is?
General Bob Carpenter. I think so. Jim Tressel. Yeah, that's what I'll have to do tonight to give proper credit. Yeah, hopefully. Isn't that where the fruit is?
Yeah.
Shoot or shoot. Old school version of shoot or shoot.
No, shoot for the moon. You missed, you land among the stars. That was a good one.
Shoot for Mars. If you miss, you go to the moon.
No.
Mars, much further.
Yeah, that one's dumb.
Much further.
Did you not listen to Mr. Ursay?
It would be shooting for the moon first, and if you miss, it would maybe hit Mars 250 million miles later.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not 205,000.
What are these conversations that Jim Irsay is having with people? I would like to be a part of them.
Yeah, me too.
He had these stats down. How much is Amazon grossing? Okay. How many miles is the moon? How many miles is Mars? How long have I been told that flying cars are coming? What is the average time people are on their phones in this generation? He was like, I'm not spending 14 hours on my phone. I'm not from that generation. Where's my flying car? Think about where he's getting his information from and how it's happening. It's just him sitting on a throne, probably a vape cigar, and they're just chit-chatting, telling stories. Is that what happens?
Yeah, the flight to London, how far that takes, how fast it could possibly get bumped up. Them having a home base in the States and having one in London to make that work. Yeah, the Concorde flights.
I think the Concorde, and that is not getting talked about at all. I think that was an actual part of a plan the NFL had for growth in London. I honestly believe that in their internal meetings, at one point, they said and have chatted about, with the development of the Concorde, with a 3-hour flight being from New York City to London, this is actually not that bad to travel at all if you put them in the AFC East or something like that. Like I feel like that took place at a point.
And I think they did, like, Concorde is scheduled to be back up and running by like 2029. So maybe that is like somewhat of a realistic outline of like when we can expect an NFL team to be in London.
Here we go.
That's
Concorde,
unreal.
welcome back.
Yeah, move the Bills.
Owners
to
are
the NFC
definitely
East.
talking about it.
What's that?
Owners are definitely talking about all of it.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah. 3 hours, that's a trip from fucking Indiana to southern tip of Florida.
Hey, that's easy.
It's got to make it cheaper than it was.
Is that what did you?
I mean, that was a big part of it. I know there was crashes, but it was massively expensive too, I believe.
It was the NFL.
Well, especially with gas prices right now, I couldn't.
No, I'm saying it's got to be cheap enough to where you can put it into commercial play and people will use it, not just NFL owners.
Petrol prices too.
To be clear, I think if you're only being used by NFL owners to get an expansion team into a new continent, I think that wouldn't be a bad business to run either.
No, not at all.
And guess what? Just make 2 Concorde jets. That's all there is.
Probably need 4.
Maybe the NFL's already thinking of this. I assume somebody brought this to the table.
Yeah.
We should run it should be the NFL planes. Like you get on NFL planes, they fly.
Yeah.
Imagine the gas prices though. Like honestly, as I'm thinking about it,
Those things burn like 10,000 gallons a minute. Like,
how fast were they going? They were going faster than
very, very fast. I don't. I mean, but shit, if you're getting from New York to London in 3 hours instead of 6.5, like
what is that? A rocket ship? How fast?
What is it? Supersonic jet, I think, is like what the actual term is.
It's 1,494 miles an hour.
Jeez,
that's Mach 2, baby. That's twice the speed of sound.
So what do you
Because
you gotta
fighter
wear a
jets
helmet?
don't fly that fast when they're going somewhere. They don't sit there and fly with their afterburners on.
So what do you do? Have a helmet on? How do you?
Like strapped into the seat. Like
I think they have to sedate everybody. I think they have to give everybody propofol and knock them out.
I'm happy. All right, everybody, here you go. Take a little happy. Hey, you're on
See you in a couple hours. Drink this champagne.
All right, thank you. Zito's giving me updates in the back what normal flights are.
Yeah.
Normal commercial plane, 500 some miles an hour. The Citation X, fastest bird in the sky, allegedly, that thing can go up 800, 900 miles an hour.
Really? Can it really?
Yeah, we had a completion at 800 miles an hour, I think,
right.
me and Zito threw a football.
Yep.
800 miles an hour. Now, granted, that's just what the screen was telling us. Was that gauge accurate? We don't know. We have no
With
idea.
a good tailwind, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, we were coming back from Stanford, I believe. We were moving. Those planes are really, they talk about the gas, but the gas price for that thing.
I'm sure.
Yeah, terrible person.
I mean, why don't we go up with Elon, get in outer space, go around the Earth, come back in, re-entry. Is that going to be cheaper than the Concorde?
Those are like
Because getting up to space,
Gotta go
what,
to
20
space,
some
basically.
minutes?
Float on down at 17 million miles an hour like they do, and then re-entry, boom, let's play a game.
I think those.
Holy shit.
You can wear your pads.
I was going to say, yeah.
Full pads and helmet on.
Inside
in the
there.
plane.
Yeah.
Land in the
Like
stadium.
in middle school, we did that. My coach would walk back and say, strap them up. We put our helmets on 2 minutes before we pulled into the park.
By the way, that sound of walking through the parking lot,
Your metal tips on.
Click clack.
onto the bus, through the bus with the helmets hitting, and then the drive, the bounce, the plastic hitting each other. Oh, what a moment going to space and doing that. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Go from school bus to space.
Yep.
Turn that son bitch sideways, you're saying. Catch over, and then come back down and land that thing.
Right at the 50.
In the stadium.
Yeah, and then everyone the whole team just walks out. Boom. First kickoff.
We all the Titan, we all the Titan, no mighty, mighty Titan, mighty, mighty Titan. Hoo, ha, oh yeah, hoo, ha, feel good, hoo, ha, oh yeah, hoo. That's what you do out of the rocket ship as it comes down to 50.
It'd be unbelievable.
That's what everybody has to do. You know how you know how they do the haka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Awesome.
New Zealand and
Hawaii.
Hawaii and by the way, I believe it's Asian and Polynesian American Appreciation Month.
It is.
Oh, nice.
Hey, appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. Shout out, girls.
My wife, half Korean, so shout out to wife and mother-in-law out of Seoul, South Korea.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Awesome person. But the haka, that's basically what you have to do coming out of the rocket. Like this is the only way.
Elon's big penis-shaped rocket, because he absolutely did
Now
that.
every rocket is a penis shaped, right? I mean,
Not Elon's. Elon's got a bulbous head to it. Check it out.
I know, I understand they got a big, really thwarting top of it. That's where all the magic's happening.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's where all the stuff's happening. And hold on though, Bezos looks like a penis too.
Yeah, Bezos is the one that really set the bar on penis-shaped rockets.
That'd be great if that's how football teams travel to the game.
Yeah, make it happen.
Get a hotel there too. I mean, do the whole thing. Let's get a team in goddamn London.
Oh,
Here we go.
They're doing hotels in space. They could stay at the hotel and then fly back down the next day.
Is everybody so much more certain about space travel than me? I feel like I pay attention to space more than most. And everybody's talking about it as if this is going to take place soon. We're nowhere near that, right?
No chance. And I like
nowhere.
space. There's no chance we go up there.
Bezos and them are going up, but like to think
They
like
go for like 10 minutes, just to the edge, and then come right back.
because they had that plane, and I looked at it, I think it's in North Carolina. It's a zero gravity plane where you can experience space, and blah, 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 the way it falls.
That's sweet.
So that was the only option before to experience space. Now they can get to that one layer, right? They're not getting to actual
Stratosphere?
No.
Yeah, I think they're getting to that one layer where there's no.
I don't know where the hotel is.
I mean, we had the SR-71 Blackbird. That was in like the 60s and 70s. That was doing it. So the technology's been around for a while. It's just to consistently maintain it for.
What is the SR-71 Blackbird?
Big spy plane, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
oh yeah.
X-Men ship.
Yep, UAV is now online. If you're a Call of Duty guy, you get the Blackbird, you're ready to go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Space Hotel 2025 to be launched.
Not a chance.
Inside the Space Hotel scheduled to open in 2025. Waking up in a chic hotel room with a view of the solar system could be the future of travel, at least if space company Orbital Assembly has anything to say about it. Orbital Assembly, by the way, the biggest dreamers of any company in history.
No limits.
There is no no's in this company. They say yes to everything, and they say they're going to get it done. The U.S.-based shout out to America. The U.S.-based company has revealed new information and concepts for its space hotel idea, designs for which have been orbiting since 2019. Originally premiered by Californian company the Gateway Foundation, and then called the Von Braun Station, the futuristic concept consists of several modules connected by elevator shafts that make up a rotating wheel orbiting the Earth.
Wow.
What's that Matt McConaughey movie?
Pretty cool
Interstellar?
pictures.
Yeah, remember they look back from their planet and they're on their own little fake planet thing.
No, but I do remember.
Different planet.
I do remember when the other white, what's his name, Damon, when he was walking and he goes in steps and he's doing a Bitcoin commercial, I think, and he looks out the window at Earth and he says that since the beginning of time they say fortune favors, instead of saying the bold like everybody, right? He says fortune favors the brave or something like that. And it's like, I don't know if they said that fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, it's not a thing, Matt.
Pretty good commercial, but maybe that's what the hotel looks like.
It'd be cool.
If that's what you get to do, just look out at the Earth and then you hop into space.
They claim it's open in 2025.
Yep, scheduled.
It's going to be for one night for what, $250,000?
Yeah, there's it can hold up to 316 to 440 people.
There's no capacity.
126 luxuries.
Wow.
62 luxury rooms. 30 standard rooms.
Man, that's 2025. Here's to us.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Hey, how about humans doing it? Who's getting us there? Who cares, right? They're saying we'll build it. Somebody get us there.
Yeah, that's right.
They're going to be having some sort of construction at this point, right?
Have to. But if you're going up there for a standard room, just fucking stay on Earth because you got to go and do the prime rooms or whatever the hell they're called.
Nah, well, the standard room doesn't come with a parking spot.
Yeah, which that hurts.
You know what I mean?
What
do you do? It's a cruise, obviously. The entire time is a cruise.
Yeah.
You go eat at the same places. And what happens if like a comet hits you?
Yeah,
You're
just
dead
one
to that.
meteor.
Oh, okay.
Instantly. Well, and actually,
And they're going to have that under control, I guess?
from what we've learned too, it doesn't need to be a comet. Like a fleck of dust would take out the International Space Station. So.
Who taught us that? Where did we learn that?
Oh God, I do not remember. But
Somebody said a piece of paint that chips off of something would total an entire vehicle or something in space because of how fast it's moving and how powerful it becomes. I'm like, oh my God. So all that, isn't there a bunch of space junk just
a
floating
lot
around?
of space junk.
Oh yeah.
Satellites.
Well, they going to have like a Waze for this fucking thing to get through the space junk?
Can't wait to bring the mob back. And
They
I
do
am gonna
track all
run
of it.
space trash.
You're going to fucking
should.
be trash remember?
Yeah, I
look
will,
at this.
I will run Space Mafia with space trash.
It is. That's the fucking room from the Damon commercial.
Yeah.
How do they have gravity?
Are these actual photos?
Chelsea.
Oh, that's what it looks like?
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
You're on a Ferris wheel.
Do not get on that fucking thing.
Why?
Look how nice that is in the middle.
How are they not floating around though?
Bro, this thing's unsinkable,
You
bro.
turn
Zero
gravity on.
gravity.
It's Titanic. Yeah, they get pressurized. They turn the
Yeah.
pressure on.
It's the Titanic. That's a great.
Then
that's
why are they
what it
floating
is.
around in the International Space
It's
Station?
the next Titanic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, do not get on this fucking thing or you will die.
We'll go on the second
How
one.
about all the people that are going to be able to get on this? Uber wealthy people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just all of them, just what? Never come back from space? Is that
That's kind of
potentially what's happening? What's the downside? Oh, you never come back. Oh, okay, that's fine. I get a good view
You
of the
just
Earth.
made me realize that this is not a space hotel. This is evacuation for 2025. The world ends.
New planet. They just take you to the next planet, and then they say, "Hey, by the way, you guys all just died," and that's what we're going to tell people.
All the billionaires.
Look how nice it is. You see how nice those rooms are?
That's the plot to We also have more space news if you want it.
More space.
Is it that we're going to die?
Well,
NASA to launch naked pictures of humans to space in hope of attracting aliens.
Sup.
Okay.
That can't be real.
All right, here we go.
It's news.
What humans?
Well, we talked about this earlier, and then we saw the photos. And I will say this: I think it's the wrong decision. The photos. This is what they sent. Okay, they sent nude, crude drawings of a male and a female waving, and then there's a couple other graphs and shit. And they're just sending this like the Batman signal up into space.
Yeah, how do they know the language to send all the coordinates?
And also, why would they send something that looks nothing like us? These aliens that see this are probably like, hey, we've been to your fucking planet before. You look nothing like these cartoons.
What do you mean they send this, though? They put it on a sheet of paper and roll it out there?
Bro, that's right. Like a Batman
Fucking
signal.
hologram, dude.
How you don't put Johnny Sins in a NASA suit with his dong hanging out?
I agree.
As the male. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to sleep this weekend.
It is. Why do we send? Why do we not try to at least put, a little bit of a hammer?
Professionals.
Yeah.
Because I assume,
Sure. Yeah, that works.
Whatever. Anybody.
Or let's
seen
just
Shaq's.
take a fucking fat white guy with a huge gut and a small penis and project it out there. And
Yeah,
then,
there's a good question. Would you rather have it be more attractive or less attractive? Now, they're saying to attract aliens. Let's say we were being forced to send something to space like a Batman signal, which I still don't understand, AJ. We asked this question earlier. I don't know how it goes, because does every spotlight then potentially piss off an alien because it's going up into the sky? Like, how do they send this into space?
Yeah, like in a probe or something. Maybe
What's that even mean?
I assume they did the beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Oh, so now they're what's
Morse
that called?
code?
Someone call him Mishu Kaku.
They did this in the 70s too. I think it was Voyager. They just stuck a couple pictures like that on there, shot them out there. Hey, if you find it and you can decipher
Like a
this,
Polaroid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that just going to get disintegrated up there?
Maybe.
You run the risk, sure.
So we put it on a piece of paper? Is that a 3D printer? Or what are we doing? Who are we?
It's on an iPhone. They shoot the iPhone up there, and people.
They're going to think we're so dumb.
Through.
This looks like our 1955 digital media. Why don't we send in some 4K shit? Hey, we got 8K cameras down here. Everybody needs to shut up out there.
well, that's why I said we're better off just sending up like a DVD of Pam Anderson sucking off Tommy Lee, and maybe they'll say, "Hey, I'll have what he's having. Let's go down there."
Yeah, let's go. The hologram.
Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah,
Why they send them?
what are we doing here?
Do they want them to have, like, why?
Feels like the right move, though.
Yeah, I understand. But is that the reason why they're recruiting aliens? Is NASA thinking like Ty? Is that what's going
What if
on?
they don't have a DVD player?
Well-
And they don't know the Pythagorean theorem.
No, but how are they assuming that they were able to see this, though, with whatever technology they have? And isn't their technology like light years ahead of ours?
Maybe.
So why?
Maybe way behind us.
Depends on how long it takes to
they've,
get there.
they've already been here. We have.
Well, if they're able to
fucking
hear
photos.
us, they got to be ahead of us, right? Because we can't hear fucking aliens talking to us. Or do we got like sonar up there, like we're listening to fucking whales and dolphins?
They're also sending shortwave radio format message as well.
Is it
They
this
record
show?
them.
What up, dude?
Send it hot pockets in a microwave?
Jeez.
I mean, if you don't know humans too, the male has 3 penises in that little hologram. Like it doesn't make sense.
No,
if
those
they-
are big old balls.
No, it's a huge
sack.
nutsack.
Yeah, we know that
That's a ball
because we know humans. If you're not a
How
human,
about the model for this just taking it on the shins right now?
yeah, it's tough.
Maybe a listener to the show.
His traps are
I'm fucking serving our fucking Earth, dude.
Trying to help.
Jesus.
His traps are pretty good, though.
I didn't want to do this. They forced me to do it, and I'm waving aliens all of a sudden.
Yeah, weak kneecaps. So Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You know, the calf to ankle, not bad, though.
Not bad.
Might be an athlete.
Some quads.
Here's my thing. Like, what if when it gets to the aliens, bushes are back in? And, like, now we
That's what I'm
sent
saying, though.
inaccurate depiction of humans on the Earth.
Well, that is an inaccurate depiction of us just to begin with. What if everybody, are they going to think we're a blue crew? You know, like what?
Maybe the Blue Man Group did pose for this.
They were at the draft. I seen them at the draft. Rich Eisen loved it. Let's go to some phone calls. By the way, shout out to whatever aliens are already here.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out.
Yeah. Great to have you.
Space and aliens, though, just seem to become very common conversation now, and this has happened very quickly as somebody that has always been interested in space and aliens and everything like that, much more so than the ocean. And I understand the ocean is cool and vast, and there's aliens in there, actually. They're octopus and they're squid. They actually came in a meteor and they grew themselves.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ain't that right, Frankie boy?
That's right.
Well said.
This has just become common conversation, though, now. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why do you think this is kind of like leaked into culture and it's common knowledge now?
Well, because the Pentagon made it common knowledge, and now I don't know why we're going to,
They're
send
trying
this
to
shit
ease us
out.
into it or what?
Well, they're just waiting to fucking bring out the real aliens at some point on a stage, I assume.
Oh,
Will Smith will punch him.
Well, no.
Well, maybe Will Smith will give him an open hand, and we'll see if he's got a better jaw than Chris Rock, and then we're going to learn a lot about that alien species quick.
Yeah.
We're going to know, oh, shit, we scared? Or, nah. Chris Rock, very tough. Well, I understand it, but definitely a better reaction than this particular alien here. So, who knows? What if there's just a bunch of fucking white trash aliens, too? You know, like, anybody thought about them somehow finding a rocket that somebody else left on their thing, showing up? What if the aliens show up here and they're dumbasses? Just complete dumbasses?
Be awesome.
Oh, somebody put us on this ship. Actually, we don't have a single clue what to do. Can we get into your technology? Once again, this is not our technology. Like, what if that takes place? Has there been any conversation about that?
That'd be sweet.
It's a very real possibility. What if they land and they're just searching for meth? That's all they want.
Bingo.
Sick.
Got him covered.
That'd be awesome.
The unveiling.
Welcome.
Too.
You landed in the right. Yeah. What's going on?
The unveiling should be at the Super Bowl, too. So many eyes on that fucking game. Just bring out an alien at halftime.
You know how The Rock
Yes.
cut that promo on the field while the teams were on it for the kickoff for both teams? Next year, wait till you see the son of a bitch from fucking Mars.
There was a Chris Pratt movie that came out recently where the unveiling of the aliens was actually at the World Cup final in Qatar. So be on the lookout.
What movies?
They like that outdoor air conditioning.
Be on the lookout.
Yeah, Tone, everything you say, though, it's hard for any of us to really know.
What do you mean?
Like what you just said right there, that could have been just a very, very toxic joke about something that we
No,
missed.
that was actual.
He is correct.
What
That is
movie?
how that
The
movie
Tomorrow
starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a new movie?
Yeah, within the last year.
Newer.
Good
Yeah,
movie.
Not bad, actually.
On
Good
it.
movie, actually.
Those aliens. Yee.
Amazon. I
You
believe.
do not want to fuck with those.
No.
Oh, yeah. I remember this now.
Throw water on them.
That didn't
I
work.
don't think that one worked.
That was in science.
That's
But
science,
you got to
yeah.
get one of them squirty things like you do for cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windex or something?
Yeah, like psh, 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 water.
You can't do that.
I still have nightmares when the alien from Signs ruined that quinceanera. Like that was
Walks by in the
unbelievable.
alley.
How about
I like that movie.
How about
You would.
Swing mom.
You're right.
is fucking Louis Domingue dead or not?
King Domingue?
Is he dead or not? I got to get out of here soon.
Wait, Louis Domingue's dead.
No, he's fine.
We're talking
Got
about
hung out
aliens.
to
We're
dry.
talking about aliens here. Okay, and my immediate thought, Igor Skorsky.
Yeah.
There's an alien.
This dude's unfucking believable. This
How
goalie
did
for
Louis
the,
do?
Louis did all right. He let up 5 goals. 4 of them probably not on. Like there's a lot of goals that he couldn't do much about. But he did give up 5 goals. He battled. His stick was out of his hand all the time.
Someone give the guy a stick when that happens.
Can we tape up his fucking the blocker to the stick?
Glue it to him.
Because he stands the opposite direction as everybody else with his because he's left hand dominant or whatever. So he stands opposite. So I think a lot of people run into the tail end of his stick, the butt of his stick. It was knocked out of his hand like 3 times last night. Not desirable, I don't think. That's great. But the fucking Rangers, I'll tell you, they really started pouring it on. And Madison Square Garden was loud, AJ.
They were. Shesterkin was a bitch-made cat for that last play of the game, though, laying on the ice.
It's tough when the Pens were also
Yeah,
dominating.
you can't kick a guy, be dramatic, supercell, act like you're paralyzed almost, and then get up and skate off. You're not the victim here, pal. You were the guy that did all the fucking problems. You're good at goalie. Keep it moving.
It's bullshit.
It was tough for King Domingue, too, because he was playing well, and the Pens were dominating, and Shesterkin was standing on his head. And then you fucking throw one off the skate of a defenseman, and then it goes in, and that's pretty much the curtains for the night.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Panarin, that son of a bitch.
What was the final score?
Redman.
5-2.
Oh, so it was never close.
No,
it opened up a little bit. It opened up.
3-2 heading into the third after
We stole
Crosby.
one. We stole one. I was mad.
Sidney Crosby might be an alien. Don't you say he is?
Yes. He's unbelievable.
His goal.
He's so good. He beat everybody on their team twice.
Oh, I saw a couple clips. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good. I think the casual.
Well, why is he so good? Like, what does he do?
He does
what
everything.
separates him?
Everything good.
I've heard he has
good.
crazy lower body strength too.
Yeah, his legs are great. They put out a video of him working out, I think, I don't know, like 8-9 years ago. And I feel like I have rather strong legs. And the workouts he was doing were just insane. And I was like, oh, that must be how every hockey player is. And every hockey player has strong legs. But I guess like his his balance and his ability to just do absurd shit.
Low center of gravity.
Yeah, is what makes him so
I've
so
asked
good.
dudes, I've asked players, guys that play against him, like, why? I mean, that's what they probably get sick of the corny Sidney Crosby questions because that's who people know. But I'm always asking.
No, people don't know.
What's that?
Isn't that crazy? Like what you're saying, people don't know who the fuck he is. That is.
Yeah, it really is. But they all say the same thing. Like, man, when you go try to like get the puck from him down the corner by the boards or whatever, you think you hit him with everything you have, and he doesn't even flinch. Like they say, he's like absurdly strong.
And he has, the fuck
his hands too are crazy.
He has fuck you in his game too. Like he can be a little bit of a rat bastard, which is good.
And he's a psycho with his preparation and rituals and stuff too, right?
Yeah, his vision. He plays defense hard, like very, very hard. He sets other people up on a very regular basis. He's able to finish if he wants to. Has a flat stick, so literally his backhand is just as great as his
Are other
forehand.
people not skilled enough to have a flat stick or what?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Nick, you
A
tell me.
lot of guys like to be able to shoot the puck well, and Sid just doesn't care because he's more of a playmaker. So he likes to be able to make plays on the forehand, on the backhand. A lot of guys you see those wicked curves on their stick because it makes the puck do funky things when they release it. It gives them much more of a wicked release. It's harder to read coming off the stick.
Yeah, and he has a flat stick, so it's just no problem at all. He's absurd. He's the best hockey player of all
Is
time.
anyone like him in the league right now? Some of the young studs. Is anyone
Stoner's
like
pretty similar.
Yeah, is he?
Costa,
Yeah.
Stoner when you look at their game.
How long has Sidney been doing this, though? He's been doing this like
17, 18 years now.
both ends. Like he's gotten hurt a couple different times. There's been a couple seasons where he hasn't played, but you're talking.
He missed like a year with a brain injury, didn't he?
As a spinal concussion or something.
Contusion.
Contusion.
That they thought was a concussion, which it was, and then the symptoms reflected that of a concussion, so they couldn't figure out what was going on. He missed like a year and a half, yeah.
Yeah. But he just goes. Came back, goes. Both. He's awesome. I'm a big fan of his. He needs to fucking rally, though. We can't be losing to the Rangers.
NHL doesn't promote him at all. That's cool.
At all. And now he's
really any of them. When Rupper said that, what was he talking about? An old coach or old GM didn't want anyone doing any kind of marketing deals or whatever. You're not going to let these guys make money?
They are a very future-thinking league. Always have been. Yeah, always have been, man.
Make sure nobody knows any of our athletes.
Great sport, terrible league.
Hey, that's kind of what the golfers are saying about PGA, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a teaser.
Sergio, man.
Sergio, I can't wait to get out of this fucking league.
So is he going to Phil's tour with him? Is that what he's saying?
I guess, man. I didn't know people hated the PGA as much as they apparently do. The golfers apparently, and we don't have to deal with the PGA at all, right? None of us. We just watch the tournaments, and the tournaments are always so calm and casual, and the views are beautiful, and some golfer gets hot, and it's just like, oh, this is like a nice thing. I guess how they treat the players and the payment scales, I'd assume, and the rules and what you can do, what you can't do. It seems like it's all a bunch of bullshit. I feel like the players.
What's their biggest gripe? Like, what are PGA players saying?
I have no idea. That's why this all has come out of nowhere. Like, obviously, what Phil said was very, that was some
Now
harsh.
That's what happens. Now all this other stuff starts coming out once you start getting in the spotlight.
Very, very hard. But then, yes, exactly. But he mentioned in there, like, anything to take to the fucking PGA or whatever. Like, I didn't know it was like that.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Well, they haven't really had an alternative. No idea. Right?
They've kind of just run, I
You
guess.
play the PGA or you don't.
And I could be wrong, but I think that's why Phil started the match and started all this celebrity stuff because he doesn't like the PGA.
He doesn't like the way they go about handling golf as a whole.
I think so.
Golf has a huge following, though, and it'll always be there. And the PGA knows that. That's a great position to be in, like business-wise. The PGA, like, hey, we're the only show in town. We know it. People are always going to watch, just like the NFL, by the way, just like the NFL. So imagine if it was terribly. I don't know. Sergio was pissed, though. He was very pissed.
Who's he going to blame when he doesn't win in the other league, though?
Oh, jeez.
Serge doesn't really have a leg to stand on anymore.
Yeah, but we're just saying this is
Serge won the Masters. He's all right.
This is an additive, though, to a couple other things that we have heard only recently, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has happened in the past. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm out. The boys will take you guys home. Have the best weekend of your entire life. You guys are the best humans on earth. Make sure the boys do a giveaway here, okay? Make sure we do a giveaway. We announced all the winners on Wednesday. You should be, or have heard from. I appreciate the people that have been screenshotting and tweeting us. Thank yous for paying them out. That's no problem at all. We appreciate the hell out of you. It's pretty cool to get to do that, actually. So we're going to continue to do such things, cover the NFL, although it seems to be a very dry time right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's only getting drier if you heard how Rappaport is viewing his golf schedule.
Yeah, Jesus.
Next week we go and golf for 2-3 weeks or whatever. And then think about the end of June. Oh,
excuse me?
Come on. We'll continue to cover all the most important things. Like, for instance, if there's going to be a team in London, maybe NASA sending nudes to space does count as sports talk because we could take rockets up, go over, and land in London. That'll take care of the entire long travel experience.
Here we go.
That's what we'll continue to do. Piece things together, talk about the sports, and hopefully be a mental vacation for all of you. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Bye. Yeah, dude, what am I supposed to do here? Fuck, dude. Like, what are we supposed to do? People should not tell me this stuff. They know they should. Can't do it. Our sources have told us that Mac Jones ain't going 3.
Oh my God.
I mean, it seems like Trey Lance is going at 3.
Draft odds changed dramatically.
Odds have just changed, by the way.
Before you went on air, Mac Jones was minus 270, I believe, and Trey Lance was plus 280. And now Trey Lance is plus 105.
The Mac Jones not going to the Niners news was just the tip of the iceberg with me and sources. Insert Jay Glazer at the first commercial break.
Ask him to play Aaron if he asked to get out. Your time with Aaron, ask him. That's a fucking big thing, man.
How the hell am I supposed to hold that in?
From what we've been potentially told, there's some things cooking. I've heard something's cooking right now, by the way. I don't know what's real and what isn't real. Come on! Something big! Huge! We got 2 hours and 19 minutes on it. Why?
But 3 hours later, guess what happened? Aaron Rodgers is on the move. Hashtag JNew, dude.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Rodgers is so disgruntled with Green Bay Packers that he has told some within the organization that he does not want to return to the team. Ty.
I mean, you alienate the fucking guy. No wonder he doesn't want to fucking come back. He's done. It's over. That's the end of it. Negligence from the top of the organization to the bottom. You got to do something. You had to do something. And they didn't do a goddamn thing. So I don't blame him.
I didn't know that's how that whole thing was going to come out. Me neither. I didn't know that was going to be it. That's the Packers definitely releasing that information.
1,000%.
Oh, yeah. And that's Aaron telling them, by the way, I ain't fucking coming back. Aaron probably was like, I ain't fucking coming back. So Green Bay probably trying to save tail here. Say, Schefter, we need you to write an article about how things are going right now from our point of view with Aaron Rodgers. He has all the cards. He has all the cards. Imagine if he goes to a place where he has just as many weapons as everybody else and has a full organization that's like all the way behind him. They'll fucking win. This is fucking insane.
And then finally, it becomes time for our biggest event of the year.
Hello and welcome to the second annual NFL Draft Spectacular. Yeah! Trey Lance, let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, I beat you, dude. You owe $20,000. Thanks for playing, AJ. Julio Jones is a Colt by the end of tonight. You can't control him, can you? Dan's lying. Dan, stop being a hater, Dan.
I mean, obviously, it's great competition. You know, not just Pat, though. You know, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, you know, Clyde, you know, all these guys.
There's always things that are taken out of context, but there's always things that maybe aren't. You never know.
JJ, you're the best. Hey, Mad Mel, dude.
Great to be back, AJ. Great to see you. Good to see you're still a sack of shit like you were last year. Listen, Chris. Hey, I've never worn a jockstrap, but I've sniffed plenty of them, so I know what's going on with these players. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Who cares? I just want to eat. Zito, did we get that food order?
With boots on the ground in Cleveland, Jason Glazer. Jason Glazer, your thoughts? Well, obviously, I knew this was going to happen. The only person who probably didn't know the competition was going to go here.
No, you have in the studio.
That's when live you go.
Now, wait a minute.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then let me talk. And then, no, you didn't. Yeah. No, you didn't. Yeah. What if this works?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had this. No, you didn't. I had this. I had it. Trust me. Can I talk, for Christ's sake?
Okay, fine, yeah.
Thank you. What? As we're live on the air, I look down at my phone and says, hey, $8 deal with SeatGeek.
Pat McAfee Show. I am AJ Hawk, sitting in for Pat here as we wind down this Feel Good Friday, May 6th, the weekend of the Derby and the Oaks races. The Oaks happening tonight. TVG Mike was on earlier. Appreciate him. Kyle Van Noy was on the show as well with Pat earlier. I'm AJ Hawk, sitting in for Pat. Boys, you guys still back there? How's it going?
It's going good, dude. You know, just feel good Friday.
We got a giveaway.
Yes, we do.
Uh-oh, Diggs, tell us what we're giving
We
away.
are going to do hashtag PMS in space.
Hell yeah.
Big space show today. Hashtag PMS in space. Foxy, can you cut to yourself right now?
Sup?
So we have those brand new shirts that just came in on the store. Store.patmcafeeshow.com. There is a fuck ton of colors. So what you got to do is hashtag PMS in space. Go to store.patmcafeeshow.com. Screenshot your favorite color of the new shirts. And then we'll pick 10 people to get that shirt and $500.
Whoa.
Hey-o.
And 500.
And $500.
So make sure you include your cash tag as well.
So hashtag PMS in space. Go to store.patmcafeeshow.com. Take a screenshot of the favorite color of the new shirt that Foxy is wearing. Tweet it out using hashtag PMS in space and apply your cash tag. Put your cash tag in the tweet and 10 people, $500 in the shirt.
Let's go.
Awesome. Good job, Diggs. Hey, Nick, Billy, Mitt, everyone back there. I want to get out at least to one or two callers. There's a guy named Zabro, I believe, in Alabama. If you guys could dial Zabro up, let me know if he's on the line.
AJ.
On.
Zabro, what's happening?
How y'all doing?
Keep moving.
Good, man. No, I was calling. For sure. No, I was calling because I wanted to talk to Connor, but I also I'm really, really big on giving flowers, and so I ran into y'all on some random. My bad. I just had to walk outside. But I ran into y'all on some like random shit, and a couple years ago it might have been the draft spectacular, but since then put all my partners on. We even got like a whole group message where we just drop clips and shit. So. No, like y'all really.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Zero.
Thank you, Zero.
Appreciate it. What'd you have for Connor? You want to give Connor a hard time about something?
Nah, not even a hard time, bro. Like, I'm a Patriots fan. Yeah, contrary to popular belief, there are some black Patriots fans. I'm just wondering what the fuck we did in the draft, bro. Like, we got Strange in the first round. He probably would have been available in the fucking 15th round. And then we draft Taquan, and Dan doesn't say a lot of shit that's accurate or right. But he made a great point yesterday. Like, bro, Baylor hadn't had any good receivers in forever. So, like, we're in the division with Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill, and we're supposed to go to war with fucking Jacoby Myers. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, we're going to spread it out and just let Mac pick apart defenses.
Connor, for real, though, honestly, I understand what this, this Patriots fan that you are.
Sure.
But how do you really feel about the draft? Like, when you sit there, I understand, and I'm with you, though. I trust Bill Belichick. Like, hey, he knows something we don't know, but what do you really feel?
I genuinely, like what I just said with them spreading it out, I think the draft reflects that. Like, they go and they draft a guard in the first round, and sure, maybe he got drafted too early and was a reach, but there's a massive chance, just like Logan Mankins, which a lot of people are referring to, who he
was a monster, by the way.
Absolute monster, got drafted at 32, and everyone said it was a reach, but he turned out to be one of the better linemen throughout the Brady-Belichick era. And because they do that in the first round, then they go wide receiver in the second round, I actually do think it's going to be a lot on Mac. And now that they don't have a fullback, I think that's why they're just going to do, either a three receiver set with Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, James White, Damian Harris, a mixture of those. And I think when you add Devontae Parker, like, they're just going to be a plethora of weapons. Ideally, they're just running fucking go routes and then just subbing out and running go routes and subbing out because, we're going to have to score. I think because the third round pick was the corners, or they're trying to make up for that, and they've added a lot of safeties, Malcolm Butler corner. Lose JC is a big deal, but I think that's why they're not really going to have that man-to-man difference like they have the past 5-6 years with Gilmore. You can go all the way back to 2014 with Revis and Brandon Browner. But I do think it's just going to be, okay, now it's up to Mac Jones. You got an O-line. Hopefully Cole Strange can be that fifth guy because the other four are already kind of solidified. And then you line out and spread and see what happens.
Connor, a great answer. It reminds me of when somebody is in an interrogation room and they clearly murdered multiple people, and they ask them, hey, what were you doing? What's your alibi? And they just overshare and give so many details about where they were because they were lying. That's what I feel like we just witnessed.
Yeah, but I'm not lying. Like, I feel like that is the whole entire thing with a rookie quarterback going into his second year. Like there's the sophomore slump, but I think a lot of the Patriots talk is assuming that Mac Jones is just the same player that he was last year. Like if he comes out and he knows, defense is much better because he only played 18 games, including the playoff game. If he does that, if he's more accurate, if he maybe slimmed down a little, can throw the ball a little further, I think that would definitely constitute another.
You're telling Mac to lose weight?
I'm not telling him to lose weight. That's what he has said, is that he wants to cut back on the cookies and ice cream and kind of zero in on his
Don't
diet.
lose weight. Tell him to pack on some more muscle.
Well, I think, getting slim helps with that. And how much muscle do you have to pack on, Like Matt Ryan.
Not much.
Yeah, Matt Ryan came in here and tall, big son of a bitch, but I wouldn't say he was yoked. Like quarterbacks, I don't think across the board are technically the most the strongest guys on the team, if you will. But no, I actually do think that there's a chance that we are very successful, but it completely falls on Mac Jones' hands because when you look around the league, you got to score 30 fucking points now a game or you're not going to be in it.
Yeah, 100%. And he lost Josh McDaniels. But I want to pivot quick to the Steelers. Nick, look alive back there. I saw something earlier on ESPN, I believe. Do you, Nick, you're a diehard Steelers fan, obviously. Do you want Mitch starting week 1 or you want Kenny Pickett?
Let's see how Kenny does in camp and preseason. We got a lot of time to figure this out. I think ideally you'd want Mitch to start week 1, kind of learn from the vet. But, hey, Kenny Pickett's 24 years old, and he was supposed to be the most NFL-ready guy coming into the draft. So if he can get out there and those little hands can sling that ball around the field, why not give him the shot?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I've saw some rumors out there on the internet. Why not throw him in early while the weather's still warm? So then those little baby hands, when it gets cold, you put Mitch in, right?
Look, he played in Heinz Field for 5 years.
That's bullshit.
He can
It's a joke. The hand thing makes me so mad. Like, who cares? If he wants to wear gloves, wear gloves. Like, if he can throw the ball in college, he can throw the ball in the NFL, no matter what. Like, he didn't play in Hawaii. He played in Pittsburgh.
AJ, ideally, I personally would hope that Kenny Pickett would beat Mitch Trubisky out in camp and then be the day one starter because that would be a good sign for the first-round quarterback that you just took. But, maybe Mitch did. Mitch was the number 2 overall pick, and maybe he did need to get away from Nagy and
Scumbag
Chicago. And his 1 year in Buffalo changed him, and maybe he is going to be really good. But who the fuck knows?
Yeah, we don't know. That's what Pittsburgh's trying to figure out right now.
All we care about is cutting Mason.
Well, you got Mitch for 2 years. It's not like it's a 1-year deal.
True.
Like Mitch comes in and plays it's a win-win scenario.
What if Mitch throws 45 touchdowns this year and wins the MVP?
Then we have trade bait for
great,
Kenny.
Great trade bait too.
I mean, it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem though. I mean, yeah, Ty. I guess anything is possible. What if he does go just absolutely light it up, take him deep into the playoffs?
I'd love to see it. I would really love to see it.
And they're stacked.
It would be fun.
Like their receiving core, Muth at tight end and Najee Harris. He never had that with the Bears. Like they are fucking stacked.
Who's he throwing to?
Claypool, Deontay Johnson,
George Pickens, who's
dog, and then
right, man.
Muth
They do have
Najee.
weapons all over.
Yeah.
The issue was the O-line, which they did go out and try to improve, and they all got 1 year older and
1 year better.
Yeah, 1 year better.
More experience.
More knowledge.
And
more
Mitch can
experience.
move.
It's all, reps are good, Diggs. You know that.
Yes, exactly. And Mitch can move a little bit better than Ben late in his career.
I tell you what, the fun thing is watching clips of Ben younger in his career when he first got in the league. I mean, his first 10 years in the league, that dude not only is a giant, he could move.
Yeah, like when you do the throwback, like he was running not as fast as Josh Allen, but like from sideline to sideline avoiding guys.
They had the same 40, right?
Yeah, they did have the same 40.
Yeah.
Ben was I believe Ben was a stud basketball player too, growing up and in high school, Findlay, Ohio.
Fadeaway jumper.
Freak athlete though. What'd you say?
Fadeaway jumper in the post. I can see Big Ben doing it in my mind right now.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, guys, we're wrapping this sucker up. 15 seconds left to go. Pat is not here. There's a commemorative shot of his desk empty. He is at SmackDown right now. Thanks for watching, listening, everything. We'll be back Overreaction Monday. See you.
Wow.
No after hours graphic. I don't have it on this card.
Age, what's the Oaks like on Friday? Is it as cool as Saturday? That's a good question.
The Oaks is cool, man. The Oaks was fun. The first time I ever went to the Derby, I thought it was one race. So I think I've said that on here. I thought, okay, there's one race on Saturday. No, there's like 15 on Friday, 15 on Saturday.
Yeah, there's 13 today and 14 tomorrow.
12 tomorrow.
What drives me insane is that the Oaks and the Derby is not the last race of the day.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's kind of weird.
Very weird.
Yeah. Every time I've been there, I've always asked whoever we're with, I'm like, are are we staying after the Derby race? And that's when the real gamblers like to hang out. They're like, oh, this is when we get some good odds. This place clears out a bit and we're good.
You getting all liquored up tomorrow for it?
You say all liquored up?
Yeah.
Party at the Haas?
No, I'm not having a Derby. Oh, no, that makes me. What's the date today?
Today
I think
is
there was like a
6th.
Derby event I was we got invited to. I was trying to get out of. So I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Oh, by the way, so just so
People
reminder
just
to
heard
everybody, Mother's Day is
I hope they don't watch the show.
Mother's Day is on Sunday. So in
yeah.
case anybody forgot, Mother's Day is on Sunday. Do the right thing.
You forget
What's the right thing, Diggs?
Send
Fucking
her,
remember
send
your
her,
mother. Give her a call.
Send her some flowers. Give her a call.
If you have
Make
to
her day.
ask, then you are clearly possibly the worst son on
Well,
Mother's
AJ
Day,
was a
aren't
week
you?
ahead on Mother's Day, so
It was.
I'm way ahead on Mother's Day.
It's embarrassing.
Way ahead. Wait, okay, Connor, you gonna fly home and see your mom, Connor?
No way. But
When
you know,
do you
I'll
call
send
her?
some shit?
When are you gonna call her? You gonna call her first thing in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll call her Monday morning. And, happy Mother's Day.
probably 12 a.m.
On
on
Saturday night.
Saturday
Yeah,
night.
it's actually a really good idea. I'll have my dad put her ringer on so she wakes up. Really piss her off right away. It's nice. I'll send something, like Tony said, you do the right thing. You send some flowers.
It's getting late, Connor. It's getting kind of late to send something.
Same day flower delivery is incredible these days.
It's never
Good
too
luck.
late.
Yeah, it is. Believe me,
on
I've been
Mother's
looking
Day,
up
though,
edible
probably.
arrangements and stuff. Mother's Day gets picked up pretty quick.
Those are delicious.
Just to be completely transparent, my flowers have already arrived to my mother today. So
Wow.
I do believe I kind of have a leg up on you. No big deal.
So now you don't have to call on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. I can just tell her to go to hell and hang out and play video games.
Sounds like a great weekend.
Go to the movies or something.
Hell yeah.
Ty, what about you? What are you doing? You guys all get boozed up and watch the Derby normally?
Well, I mean, I'm usually getting boozed up on Saturday if I can. Derby happens to fall on Saturday, so I'll watch it. I don't really give a rat's ass though. I mean, I'll bet on it and everything, but it's the same deal. You're watching the coverage for fucking 2 hours, and then the Derby's on the last 3 minutes and it's by that point, fuck it.
Yeah, who cares? Celtics are on tomorrow too, 3:30. So
Hell yeah.
that's kind of taking up more of the mental space in the sports world than obviously the Bruins tonight, but then the Kentucky Derby.
For a long time, we would go to the bar for the Derby, a little bit earlier for the Derby, because the Penguins played in the playoffs literally at 7 o'clock right after the Derby. Every single year would roll from Derby NBC right into Penn's NBC. And that was always a good night. It was good. It
You're
was
in
good.
luck because they go 7 p.m. Saturday night.
Same,
I was going to say
clockwork.
Same thing. You just got to change the channel.
Where are you guys going? Is it the sardine can or whatever you guys talk about?
No, the sardine can will probably not be the destination for the Kentucky Derby, but I'm sure we'll crack open the can at some point in the next.
Is there a
48.
sardine can bar there?
No.
Yeah. You actually go, and if there aren't that many people there, you guys all have to go stand in the same corner and pack it like sardines,
Like
until
SpongeBob?
exactly like SpongeBob, until everyone shows up and fills the rest of the can.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is fucking amazing.
I saw D-Butt. I know we're jumping around here, but that's what After Hours is, I guess.
Hell yeah.
D-Butt tweeted something about Batman possibly being not a good movie, and I saw some people come back at him. Are you guys on his side?
No, when he said that, I had actually just seen the movie, and I don't think it warrants the hate that D-Butt kind of.
He retweeted that.
Yeah, because he brought it back. Like,
Yes.
are the Batman people ready to admit that it's not a good movie? No, I still think it's a good movie. But if you go into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be better than the Heath Ledger, Christian Bale Batman, like then you're an absolute clown, and you can't be judging that movie with that one because
It was a
obviously
fine film.
Yeah, it was good.
It's just a good film.
Well, what about compared to the Joaquin Phoenix deal?
The prequel, The Joker.
Whatever the previous 15 Batmans. Yeah.
Different universe.
Yeah.
Wait, that was a Batman movie though, right?
Yeah, it was just like the prequel to The Joker. Yeah,
It's shared universes
Yeah.
in Gotham City, but I wouldn't.
Oh, so that's not
necessarily-
considered Batman?
Well,
No,
it's an
Batman's
origin
not in
story,
it.
So.
DC, if you want to consider it.
Batman's not. See, I guess I haven't seen it, so I didn't even know. I assumed everything was involved.
No,
it's
the
just-
Joaquin Phoenix one's like not related at all. It kind of lives in its own little universe.
He's all fucked up in it.
Isn't he a stand-up comic?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's so bad.
Wanna be?
I need to watch it. I heard it's really good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good
Pretty good,
movie.
pretty
I
good.
think there's
Bobby De Niro is actually incredible in it.
crushes.
What's he play?
It's fucking
Talk
hot.
Like
host.
fucking Dave Letterman,
Yeah.
pretty much. Johnny Carson, I guess. you
Oh,
could say.
okay. I've seen some of these clips. Yeah. Okay. I've seen some of these clips. Did Joaquin win an award for that?
Nominated, but I don't
Did he
know.
go
Were
up
you
there and
talking
do the
about us
whole
killing milk or something?
Yeah, the cow thing. He
That
went up
was
there and
for.
did the cow thing.
Was that for her?
Oh no, that was for that one
Oh,
super
well.
sad movie.
Her?
Which one?
Oh, that
Not
one?
her. Where he was like the drunk and he burned his whole family down.
No, it was Casey Affleck, my friend. Manchester by the Sea.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
But he did have a little Joaquin Phoenix in him for that movie. You're right.
He and Casey. Okay, it's all coming together. Casey produced that documentary on Joaquin, right? That
Yeah.
weird one.
Yeah.
Really?
Where he went
It's
on
all coming
Letterman
together.
and had the huge beard and yeah.
Yeah. That was a weird thing that seemed to derail a lot of people's lives.
What did Joaquin win the award for? I
The
know I
Master,
can't-
maybe?
What is that?
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson, the guy who directed Boogie Nights, him and Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's like loosely based on L. Ron Hubbard and like the start of Scientology.
Oh, really? Okay, I need to see that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You've seen it. You've lived it. What do you mean? You
I've
see
lived it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I don't. Hey, reports are I'm hearing from credible sources that the new Top Gun Maverick is legit. Like it's a legit, really good movie.
I've heard that as
Yeah,
well.
we've heard people were fucking
Pretty
after
pumped
the
about
movie clapping and cheering
Really?
for them to play it
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Run it back!
Yeah, my buddy was out at the premiere in San Diego. I know Tom flew a helicopter in and landed right there.
Of course he did.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They say too, like it's a standalone film. Like you don't have to be a fan of the first one to like judge it, the second one strictly off that. Like if you've never seen Top Gun before, you can just go see Maverick and it'll deliver. So they say.
Does the original Top Gun still hold up for people that didn't see it back in the day when they were kids?
Nick?
I think so. There's a certain other individual in the room here who chooses to disagree.
Yeah, no, I watched it recently, and I actually came in and said, listen, if I didn't love this movie so goddamn much, and I watched it with a clean mind, this movie kind of stinks and doesn't really hold up. But I ride for TC.
Wait, do you
no
think it's
matter
corny
what.
or something? What do you think?
It just I don't know.
Sounds like you've lost that love and feeling.
No, I
It does
haven't.
sound like
We've already done this whole thing, and I haven't, and I apologize for saying that. But yeah, I think like kids now, like if you're 14 or 15 now, you're not gonna like Top Gun. You'll love the fucking new one though. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to change the conversation, but there's breaking news, AJ.
What?
Let's hear it. What is it, Diggs?
UFC lightweight champion Charles Oliveira has been stripped of his title because he didn't make weight by half a pound.
Half a pound?
That sucks for Gaethje.
Yeah, does that mean Gaethje gets it then?
I don't know.
It's vacant if the fight still happens I think if Gaethje wins, he gets it, doesn't he? But if what's his name wins, it's vacant.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah, it might be something weird. Like that sucks for Gaethje because then even if he wins, it spoils like his. He's not. He'll still be the champ, but it's like he's not.
Yeah, but he gets 15% of his purse or something like that too, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think you do. Yeah, they definitely penalize him big time. If you miss weight in a title fight, that's tough.
Yeah,
half a pound.
Kind of a clown move.
Dana is pissed.
If you ask me. I mean, he
I
was
would
pissed
love to
earlier
see
this
Dana.
week,
Yeah, because
too.
that's a title. Now it's not a title fight, right?
No,
I guess it is.
But
no,
yeah,
it's not.
But if he wins, he gets the title. So it's kind of a title fight. But if Oliveira wins, he doesn't get the title.
So Olivier can't retain the title by winning this, but Gaethje can. He will become the new, like what would be the interim champion if he wins the fight.
Okay.
But Olivier cannot walk away with the title.
But it's considered interim.
I technically, I guess this isn't something that
Not
happens
if he's
very
stripped.
often.
Not if he's stripped of it.
Yeah.
If he's stripped of it, he's not the champion anymore.
Yeah, no, Olivier cannot. He's no longer the champion and can't walk away from this the champion.
Who is the champion?
This is back to back, right? Because didn't he beat whoever was the interim champ because Khabib wasn't fighting for Gaethje? I thought that's what happened last time. 'cause
Gaethje
he
fought
took-
Khabib and got beat by Khabib.
Yes, but the fight before that, remember he got the belt and he was like, "I don't want it until I get the real one."
Was that him?
Yeah,
when he got
he
interim.
did.
Yeah. So this sucks for Gaethje because this is back to back, or not back to back, but this is twice. This is happening in his last 4 fights or whatever.
You guys ever watch Gaethje fight?
Oh
he's
yeah,
an absolute
It
dog.
is awesome. He was just on a Nelk Boys podcast. I heard a little bit of it, some clips. He is a monster, man. Gaethje, that's the thing. If you don't watch anything, any MMA or the UFC, watch some Justin Gaethje fights or highlights. That dude, I don't know if he's been in a boring fight. I really don't. I think every fight he's been in, someone's getting killed, and usually he is. He's not scared to absorb some shots either. He's fun. He's
He
really
went
fun
up
to watch.
against Chandler last time, right? Because Chandler's also fighting in this card, and he looks
that was a bloodbath.
yoked. Yeah,
he's a
bloodbath.
massive favorite.
If Gaethje wins, he will be the champion, outright champion.
Let's go.
Okay, and he gets extra money too. So good for Gaethje, I guess.
A lot of money too, because if it's 15% of the champion's purse, then the champ probably gets a lot more money just because.
I wonder if it's part of his pay-per-view cut too, because if you're a champ, you get part of the pay-per-view buy.
Oh damn! So this could be huge for Gaethje. Let's go.
But if
Gaethje.
let's say Oliveira wins, then the belt is just hanging there.
Vacant.
Yeah,
Jeez, that's bad. Dana's so mad. Dana's gonna kill somebody.
Then if it's vacant, don't be surprised if that's McGregor's comeback for the interim.
Oh no!
Bring back McGregor. That'd be hilarious if they gave him a title shot after losing 3 straight fights.
Isn't he supposed to fight in the summertime? Maybe.
Who knows?
Allegedly.
I hope so.
Yeah, it'd be sweet. Him and John Jones on the same card, perhaps.
Well, I mean, according to you, Connor, you told Dana White it's a lock that Tyson Fury is going to be fighting Francis Ngannou in some kind of hybrid match.
Well, shit, I didn't know that it wasn't. I mean, Ngannou and Fury have been talking we're doing this, and then I bring it up, and I almost melt into my chair.
Yeah.
We don't see Dana not speak on things too often, and he wanted to say many, many things about that, and he kept cutting himself off and stopping.
Yeah, I definitely felt bad for asking that. I should have just asked him some stupid shit about the Patriots or something.
Have you checked? I don't know. Honestly, maybe on some of them MMA sites, I bet that got picked up. You guys check that?
No. I'm not sure. Bill's our MMA guy, so he's been keeping his forehead to the ground, so maybe we'll pick something up.
His forehead to the ground, is that what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's,
forehead to the train tracks?
Yeah, exactly. Ben Affleck. Till then, gentlemen.
Hey, we're gonna pop off here in a couple minutes. I know that, but Hammer Down today, right? 15 minutes after this.
Yeah, 3:30.
We'll say 3:30. But going back, Ben Affleck, he and J-Lo still engaged. They get a house yet? What's going on?
Yeah, they're still
huge
engaged.
fucking mansion in LA.
Did they really?
I believe so.
Oh, let's go. When's the wedding?
Fucking
Not soon enough.
October. Maybe?
We've been through this song and dance with J-Lo.
What are you talking about?
I mean, she was engaged to A-Rod for a little bit.
Okay, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
This is true love.
Yeah.
This was
okay.
This is love reignited. This one's gonna last.
I'm excited. I hope so.
This is the internal flame of love. This is the walking the flame across the country for gold medal flame of love.
That's right. AJ, aren't you going? Didn't you get invited?
Yeah, where is that thing? Probably in the Maldives or something weird
Prague.
like that.
No, I assume it's in Boston.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Center field at Fenway.
Yeah.
Probably the Bronx,
fucking
man.
Marlboro headquarters, maybe? That'd be fucking sweet.
Is that tattoo on his back real?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm getting one.
The whole back?
Yeah, just a fucking big-ass tiger instead of a dragon.
What is it? Why has he ever talked about it?
It's a dragon.
Because he was doing all those dips for the town and he looked fucking yoked, so he's like, all right, I'm going to get a sweet-ass tattoo on the back of this.
Bro, what was he doing for the town? He was shredded.
Yeah,
up.
I know.
I thought
looked
that
great.
was when he first stopped drinking before, and so he was just the first
Ripping
time
darts.
he did, and he was absolutely shredded.
Jeez.
Yeah, that thing is so sick.
It actually used to be like a big twisty Bud Light bottle, and then
Yeah.
he turned it into
the rifled bore, the Miller Lite rifled bore.
yeah, that's what I thought.
exactly.
The Vortex bottle.
Yep.
And then,
Does that thing
is
does the tail come down and wrap around his left ass cheek or something?
oh yeah, it goes all the way down to his ankle.
covers his penis, actually.
Pokes into his butt. Yeah.
That thing is fucking sweet.
It does, dude. It's unreal.
Wait, you tell me that dragon extends onto his shaft and balls?
Yeah, yeah.
The
That
length
has to
of
be
the
painful.
dragon's
That
tail.
He's a
It's a little bar trick or
Yeah.
parlor trick, as old
So
people say. He pulls
it's
it out.
basically almost down to his knee.
yeah. They're making it into an NFT.
Shut up. I mean, that might be real. You never know.
They are. I think Logan Paul for his next match is wearing it out to
Oh, please.
to the ring.
When he rekindled his romance with J-Lo, I wonder how quickly when they rekindled and they came back together, because I assumed before he didn't have this tattoo, and then all of a sudden he's like, hey, I got to tell you something. I got this dragon tattoo, wraps all the way around my body down to my ankle, possibly onto my penis. Like, what do you think? Do you think J-Lo liked it?
Yeah, I'm in.
Loves it. Dude.
Yeah, I think I'm not positive, but I believe he has had this for a little bit, and she always, or at least she said she always made fun of him for it. So there's a chance this goes back. Ben might have gotten this when he was 10 years old.
They
and then
also
it just grew with it.
Like they also call sex like slaying the dragon. She's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, honey, time to slay the dragon."
Yeah, exactly.
Tame the beast.
Okay, I'm on board. I'm all in. I
No,
agree.
yeah, it's awesome. We should just make a pact right now that we're all gonna get this.
Yeah.
Pat already said he was in, I think. So I think we can just all sign up for it now.
Maybe we can get like 5 or 6 of the best tattoo artists come in there to the igloo when it opens, and we all just sit there and we strap in for 3 or 4 days, and we get a dragon tattoo on our back.
You mean it could be the finale of Ink Masters potentially?
That'd be sweet. I know Bang Bang NYC is renowned as one of the greater tattoo artists out there. Bring him in.
If fucking Dave Navarro wants to do it, I'll consider it.
Yeah, I don't think he does tattoos. I think he just hosts Ink Masters.
He looks like he'd do a good tattoo.
Yeah, he can do it.
Yeah,
seen him draw.
He's definitely an artist.
Yeah, just like you.
Yeah, I'm a terrible artist. I wish I could draw. I'm sure some of you guys can, but we're going to wrap this sucker up, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining me for the last couple minutes. Hammer Down will be on at 3:30 here on this channel. Tell us what the hashtag is again, the giveaway, quick digs.
Hashtag PMS in space. Go to store.patmcafeeshow.com. Take a screenshot of your favorite color of the new shirt that Foxy is currently rocking.
Oh, yeah.
Tweet that out using hashtag PMS in space and include your hashtag. 10 people will get the shirt of their choice and $500 in cash.
Awesome. Good job, Diggs. Good job, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. We will see you all on Monday. We'll see you.